Megan Fox.
And Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat Tucker.
That was your last. Damn it, man. I cried for 2 days.
Megan, thank you very much for that.
So, I can explain the bed thing.
If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake. Crawl there.
It's like Jesus going into the temple. He's like, I got a whip. Get out! Get out! The lovely and wonderful Megan Fox. Not that one.
Not that one. Not the weird one that drinks blood in his toe thumb.
Megan Fox.
Megan. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. She's the devil.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You've never met a like me. You want to tangle? You want to go? Holy sh!
Too much cussing on this. I guess we didn't bleep it, so we got to turn it off. But it's.
You pissed off the wrong woman.
Oh my God! I have been assaulted when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother.
She's the devil.
Not for publication.
The story.
I'm Megan Fox. Thank you. Cheers.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's me. I'm back. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties here. I have lost half my buttons for the day.
Emotional damage.
I don't know what's going on, but page 1 of the buttons is gone, which means no hold music. It means no voice mod. Brad is going to fix it when he can, but we didn't have time. I had to boot him off the computer and tell him we have to do it later. He's such a sport, though. Thank you, IT Goatee Brad, for being here for me. My name is Megan Fox. I am a medium smart journalist. I write at pjmedia.com. And yes, I am wearing a boob window shirt. You know what that means? It means the Lego cam is ready to go. And if you want it on, I guess you guys are just going to have to support the channel. Like, subscribe, send the super chats, send the memberships. Join today. I have no, do I have my membership button? Oh yeah, that one's still here. Okay, thank God. I also have the super chat button and the screaming goat, which is about how I'm feeling today with all the random tech problems I had. My Stream Deck went down. Voice mod wouldn't load. I don't know what's going on, but I have some kind of like electronic force around me that just repels technology. It doesn't like me, and it's just what it is. It is what it is. Okay. I'm going to get a ton of complaints today because I own boobs and I'm going to be playing with Legos while we watch the fourth hearing. The fourth hearing and you guys are just watching with Legal Vices. I think he's finishing up hearing number 3 right now. We're going into number 4. So if you were there on Legal Vices and you got to kind of catch up and see where we're at, we're going to be going into number 4 today. I have some special guests today, often and only usually seen in the middle of the night. Screwing around with the other guys of LawTube is the expert. Welcome to the program, sir. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
So
Thank
you've
you for
proven
having
to
me.
me that you're not a vampire because here you are in the
No,
sunlight.
I'm the electronic force around you. I loved that. That was awesome.
You're the electronic force around me that keeps on breaking all of my tech. Well, now.
Well, I have a button problem. So I'm not allowed to touch buttons. And like, so I have a button on the tip of my microphone. So they always scream at me, don't touch the tip. But you said you have a stream deck. That's so exciting. I too have a stream deck. And look what it does. Look, this is what it is right there. See, it just stays on that.
Yeah, see, mine,
So-
I lost an entire page. I have 3 pages of buttons, and one of my pages just went missing.
We're one of those pages on your blouse.
Well, maybe. I call
Okay.
this the fan-friendly shirt. It's a fan-friendly shirt. They like it. They like it. They send more super chats.
Well, I told you the other night I was a fan. So that's cool. But I mean, I'll double up.
All right, here we go. I also have coming to the program very special guest. Lynette Preston has decided to join us today. Did you know this? Did you know that Lynette Preston's going to join us to watch her hearing? Are you
Is that
excited about this?
Oh, hey, really?
The turtle lady.
Oh my gosh.
She's here.
I think she's awesome.
She's coming in from, is she piping in from, are you in turtle purgatory, Lynette?
Yes, and I am taking screenshots of every single person that's even doing a chat on this, because this is all going into a defamation suit. You are all mean. John, get the hell away from the window. Put the weed whacker down. Your crotch is not cleared.
I'm sorry, Lynette.
I'm
You're not convincing me. You're not convincing. You seem to be a little chiller than normal. I mean, you're just not.
Look, my kid just fell down. I'm not worried about it or anything. We're allowed to drink, right?
Yeah. You drink whatever you
I take
need
the
to.
fifth on that.
Lynette,
You drink a fifth. That's what take the fifth means.
I'm over here. I'm deleting stuff, but I am taking messages of all you people laughing because you are not nice.
No spoliation, Lynette. No spoliation. Do you know what that means? No spoliation, Lynette.
I am a turtle saver. I know all the words. You are talking down to me like I don't know words. John, do you hear this woman? My hat, damn you. No, she's talking down to me. Come down here. Stop playing with your crotch. Because he has bandages all the way up to his crotch. And these people are just being mean.
I'm broken.
This is it. I am fighting for justice in America.
Real life?
Turtle.
I'm asleep. I did get some rest. This is awesome. It's been 4 days. I'm finally falling asleep.
We have broken the expert already, and we are not even, 8 minutes into the show?
Oh my God.
Chad says you need to lean towards the camera hissing. That would be a little bit better.
Hiss.
I
Is that it?
can't
Hiss?
hear you.
Oh, no.
How
Oh,
do
I'm
I
sorry.
work
I'm sorry.
this?
Look,
I
I am very
hear
well
you.
trained. I am housebroken. You tell me to do something, I'm right there to mess it up.
Look, my mom also died and did not die.
I'm sorry to hear that.
She's Schrodinger's mom.
Condolences.
Is she mostly dead? Does she need a magic pill?
Depends on what I do on YouTube.
She needs what's his name? Max.
Max. She needs Max, I think. I think she needs Max. Oh, look who's coming in. It's MG Law.
God, what's up?
One, the only. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to brag about him anymore. He knows how to wax on.
If you guys have not subscribed to all these lovely people, please get over to the Experts channel, subscribe to him, subscribe to Mo in the Deep End, who is our turtle saver for the day. Mo in the Deep End, welcome to the program. Thank you so much for being here. And
Mo.
MG Law. I know it's hard to tell, right? It's really hard to tell.
Well, the penis jokes kind of. I woke up to that. today.
You did?
Well,
She was talking
we
about
have heard a
schmeckles.
whole lot about John's crotch. And
Oh, boy.
he's his own specific character in the deposition. So
Oh, my Lord.
just
John's
like
crotch?
the labyrinth. Yes,
I thought it was
just
John
like in
Cena.
the labyrinth. Well,
She was talking about his black
schmeckle.
schmeckle, and I'm like, "What is going on here?"
No,
That's all. I turned it on.
I
She started
said
talking
that
about.
if
She
you-
was.
If you wanted to make it funnier, I would have come out with one of those big check things and then a long black piece on the bottom, pretending it had been blacked out. So I have a giant schmeckle. They're not funny.
I turned on your show and I heard I have a giant schmeckle.
To be fair,
that's what I heard. I was like,
well, last night or whenever
There's a
it was,
reason my parents don't claim me.
I turned on Nicholas's channel the other night, and I turned it on right when he said, "We do the sex for that. We do more sex for that." I was like, "What? What do you do? He was talking about Sweden in the winter or something, and apparently the only pastime there in the winter is the sex, according to Nicholas Starro. It's at Trial Watch. I turned it on right when he was saying that, and I about died. It's like watching Santa Claus talk about sex. It's very unnerving.
Yeah, it disturbs you.
It's
it disturbs you. He's like 6'7" too, so that's weird.
Is he really that tall?
He's tall.
No, he's like 6'3", I think.
Oh, he's only 6'3". I mean, geez.
That's still pretty tall.
You short guys. I'm
right.
6'1", and I'm like, you guys, you hover over me. That's probably inappropriate after this introduction, wasn't it? I apologize.
Not when we've already talked about schmeckles. I mean, really.
Well, I can't believe it's 45 today. I was hoping it was going to warm up.
Oh, it's freezing here. We're having second winter in New York. It is snowing. It's snowing, and we have about 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's absurd. And of course, when I let the dog out, he heard the call of the wild. And I let the dogs out, and he puts his nose in the wind that's whipping into his face at 40 miles an hour, and I could see it in his face. He was going to take off. I was like, "Don't you dare! Don't you dare!" And there he goes up the mountain. I'm like, "Shit!" Oh, no. In the worst day, like 40-mile-an-hour winds, snowstorm blowing in my face. I'm not going after you. You're going to be doing whatever you're doing up the mountain in this weather without me. I did get him back in the house, but he smells bad. He put his nose right in a skunk's den or something. Stinks. So the doggo cam is off the table for today because I have to lock him in his room because he stinks. Unfortunately.
Do you have an air tag for the dog?
An air tag? That's a good idea. Damn. You're full of good ideas. You're the expert. Yeah, I should put that on his collar.
That is a good idea.
Why am I being my own mod?
My wife has one for me.
Where are my mods?
So I got the idea from.
I'm going to put one on Mr. Mo when we go shopping too, because that seems like a better, like calling me. Where are you? I'm in the same damn store as you. I'm the one with the limp.
Did you know that in some stores you can text whoever it is you're texting that's in the store and get directions to where they are?
Yes, I've done that.
I love that. I don't have stores because I live in the South. We don't have many big stores. I've done that. I would love to try that though. Like one time it like popped up and I deleted it because I thought it was the Chinese or something. And but I've always been fascinated by the idea of that.
All right, I'm yelling at the mods. Hold on.
I'm out.
Please make sure to drop guest links in today if you can, mods. Okay, I just dropped all 3 further up the chat. You can grab them from there and repeat as needed. All right, everybody who's here, we have 1,100 of you here. Wow. Thank you for showing up. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Do it now because we are about to start hearing number 4. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for hearing number 4?
Oh my gosh. Does it just start with this and her playing videos like she's at the end of Say Anything and doing, In Your Eyes?
No, it starts with about 25 minutes of the judge pontificating about all the previous hearings.
Oh, yeah.
And blaming Mark Feathers because he couldn't get through 15 minutes of a hearing.
Why won't this thing unzip? Unzip, you damn fool. Oh, so I don't have it unzipped yet. What's my problem? How is this possible?
I'll tell you what, this is an ASMR channel.
Already.
Well, I'll tell you what, I say a lot of things about him, but that guy has never lied to me.
Share video file.
There you go.
This should work. It's not working.
theexpert@email.com. And I'll be sure Valhalla gets all those.
This is so weird. How come it's on this one, but not on this one?
Have you all sent money to my for-profit turtle charity called, Turtle Savers? It's for-profit charity, Turtle Savers at floridahovel.com.
We may have a problem with the hearing. I may have screwed up.
No, it's okay.
I may have screwed up. That's
Do
okay.
I need to put back that I'm the electric force around you? I can put. I can
It's
change
your
my name back to
fault.
that. Then it's my fault. That'd be good. I'm fine with that. Usually is.
It won't unzip. Why won't it unzip?
It's been a
I
question
have
so many
nothing
times. I
to
can't
add to
tell you.
this.
Yeah.
I
Hey, MG Law, I tell you that we're
Control
going to
Alt Delete is
auction
my
off
only idea.
Vegas Rick too.
What?
Well, you know we're auctioning off Baker,
Yeah.
so we're going to do Vegas Rick too.
Okay.
They're both
that's
single.
good.
They're both single. We got that thing taken care
good
of.
idea.
It's a great idea. Who, ladies, who win like an afternoon, an evening, a morning? I don't know. With a
With
Las
broken Baker.
Vegas police officer, or a Norwegian baker, or Denmark, or whatever. I don't know where he's from. Some Euro place.
Okay, I figured it out. I figured it
I'm
out.
gonna cash
proving
out
my
him like
point
$5
that
and ask him to bring me
Americans-
like 1,000 Denmarks.
Thank God you people are here to keep talking while I figure out all my problems.
I'm just waiting for those Legos.
Just keep talking. Yeah,
I will talk
so
amongst ourselves. I hate it when
amongst
I'm
yourselves.
having a problem and I ask my guests, could you guys entertain each other in the chat while I try to figure
Yeah.
this out? And they go, oh yeah. And then they go,
Well,
I mean, they're just great. I'm like, you guys are creators, you know. How do you do it on your channel? Anyway, so I'm in.
we don't. We just stare stupidly at the
Yeah.
computer.
We just, yeah.
all right, I got it. I got it.
Is that what I'm doing wrong?
I
We
got it.
unzipped
Okay.
it. We nickified
Oh.
it. We're
We
good.
did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Okay.
It is-
Here's the
You should
thing.
always
X-rated.
carry a small bottle of dry graphite.
I
when you
have
do
to
those
take
zippers.
you through the Lego build that I have so far, right? Because
Is that
everyone- now this is
the Elf
this
Village?
This is one of my recent builds that I did myself on the weekend. I just killed. It had stairs, but they fell down and didn't make the trip upstairs. I have to take it apart because
You're
today,
an imagination builder, aren't you?
yes, today.
Oh, look at the big brains on Brad.
Today I have to take this apart because I need the brown bricks for the finger fence. I'm going to be making the finger fence
Oh, yeah.
today, but I need the brown bricks. So I'm going to take you guys through what I've already done, and you can see my. Here we go. Share, add to stage. Okay. So this is the build that I'm going to have to take apart, but look how cute it is. It had stairs that came all the way down here, and I just took those down. So anyway, here's the base of the tree. How cute is this? And
Aw.
it has a little kitchen with a dishwasher and flowers, and it's even got an omelet on the stove. Can you see the omelet on the stove? How fun is that? There's pictures on the wall, cabinets, the whole deal. I'm getting better at this. Let's see.
Is this your she shed you're gonna build?
Yes, this is my she shed I want to build. Look how cute it is. It even
awesome.
has a sink, you guys, with a dish drain. And then upstairs is the bedroom. And
Ah,
it's even got modern art on the walls. Check it out.
Oh,
Check it out.
awesome.
Check it out. And it has a bathroom. I'm really proud of the bathroom.
tree?
Wait, can we even get in there?
but oh,
Wait. It's got a shower.
this is Megan Fox, isn't it? This is exactly what the tour of the ghetto was like.
Look at the toilet. I made that toilet. It took me so long to make that. It's got a sink.
That
They
is
are
awesome.
How great is that? I'm telling you. And look, it has a balcony on the back side. Look at this. I love
it
this
does.
thing.
That
Stop
is
it.
great.
Look
Stop
at
what?
this.
I'm not the one with the zipper problem.
Look at how
Yeah.
cute. Look how cute. All right. So
That is
I
pretty awesome.
finished Lynette's shed. See? The shed
Hey,
is done.
don't go making fun of my house.
Yeah, this
It's
is
beautiful.
this is Lynette's shed. Now, the
Hey,
only
I
thing-
got those sheets from Walmart. The
They're shower-
Walmart.
They're
It's
shower
on
curtains.
Walmart's.
They're shower curtains, Lynette. Don't stop trying to fool me. They're shower curtains. They're literal shower
Hey,
curtains.
that is where I do my preaching. That is a house of God. You need to be quiet.
Over
my
on the
pole
dancing.
side
Screaming, "Oh, God."
here, we've got trash, a random table, some shit just sitting around.
That's my pole
broken
from my pole
gate.
dancing.
A broken
Come on
gate.
now.
No, that's for the.
Now
the other
inside
part.
we have a stark bed, nothing on the walls, no windows. It's super dark in there. There's no air conditioning,
That's a
no
dungeon.
ventilation. That is the compost toilet in the gain. Then the pee goes into the
In the
gain
gain.
bucket. See, that's the game. The green and orange
The
thing is
green and
the
orange.
game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did that happen last night? Somebody told me that you actually have a video of that or something like that. Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
right?
we
Or
have-
did I
No,
miss
there's
that?
Yes.
a picture of it. Jeremy showed a
Oh, a
picture.
picture.
And as funny as this Lego build is, let us just keep in mind that a 4-year-old is living in this.
Yes,
Shit.
it's sleeping on the floor next to that.
Just so
A
gross.
4-year-old is living in this little shed in the middle of Florida heat with next to a bucket full of poop. Like, how disgusting. Like, seriously. And for some reason, Florida DCF thinks that that's an okay idea.
Yeah.
So,
But Maya Kowalski's situation was
Yeah, but God forbid
not
you
good.
want to get pain pills for your kid who's in
Right.
pain.
right.
DCS only cares about how the treatment of your child if you have a 3-car garage.
Well, it's interesting. Is it because you have the money to be in court and they can suck you dry? Is that why they care?
Then they want your kids.
Then they want you and they want your kids because they know you'll spend $100,000 in that court system to get them out. But
and
somebody
they
like
laugh. They're like, ha 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 ha.
somebody like Lynette who doesn't have anything, she barely has a pot to piss in. Well, she has 2 pots to piss in, the outdoor one and the indoor one. But somebody like her, they don't give a shit about the kid because there's no money to be made there, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just how I see it. That is how I see it, and I'm.
Is it okay? I mean, I think that it is okay to throw out a. It's not an accusation; it's a question. Right?
It's a question.
Why is that? I am shaping my question like this, and I want to know: am I correct or am I wrong? It seems to me, as a normal. I'm talking in third person. That it seems like there's an inequality based off of economic circumstances.
Yes, there does seem to be that inequality, and I don't know. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what it is. Rich people. But see, here's the thing: they can't go over after the super rich people because the super rich will crush them immediately with the big time lawyers. They have to go after the middle class people like the Kowalskis. They have enough money to fight them in court for a couple of years, but not enough money to buy who's that guy who's that lawyer that just scared the shit out of Florida?
Johnny Cochran.
No, Mendez. In the Mendez trial.
Oh, Jose Baez.
Jose Baez. They're not wealthy enough to buy Jose Baez to come in and scare the shit out of them. So, but they are just wealthy enough to fight like hell, for years and years and spend money in the system. I don't know. I'm just throwing theories around here. Over the years I've watched these people. That's all I have to say. I don't know. All right, let me see if this works. I'm going to see if I can play this from Dropbox. If I can, we're golden. If I can't, we're screwed.
You can.
Woohoo! Do we have?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why didn't you ask
And you
Angie?
can use
You're having computer problems.
Volume booster.
He can piece them together.
Okay, but if I put the volume booster on, we're all going to be too loud.
No, it's
It doesn't do it just per tab.
It's app
It should be tab specific.
All right, fine. I'll put it on.
From both sides.
Well, I'm not asking you to. I mean, I'm just.
It's on.
I'm just here for the ASMR.
The limited notice of appearance filed on behalf of the petitioner was to address matters related.
Was I supposed to bring Legos? Is that what this is?
Well,
I'm still trying to figure out what we're about here.
If you have Legos, you can build them. Okay. If you have them, build them. If you don't have them, you can just watch me build them. I'm going to take this down and I'm going to start building the finger fence. Hey, look at this. We've got a new member. Thanks, Teddy O'Hearn. Welcome to the Fox Den. We're weird in here. Hope you brought your Legos. Captain Curran, thanks for the super chat. Hey, is this where we drop Larry's super chats? I swear to God. Yes, please drop all the super chats for Larry here, and I'll make sure that he gets them.
The grift that keeps on.
It actually, because this isn't his actual channel, that there's less of a penalty. So it's actually better to send them over here.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
Sarah
so
Adams, thanks to the super chat, says, I love Momo. I love Momo too. Duncan Idaho, thanks to the super chat, says, I feel strangely compelled to send this super chat and I don't know why. Oh, hey, nice shirt, Megan. Yes, they have a hypnotic effect on people. I know.
You have another one.
It's the only reason I'm here.
Fun for that.
And the turtles.
Julio says, Megan, your hair looks awesome today, and glad Lynette could finally go on the record. Yes, it's great to have her here for sure.
I have
Teresa
been on the
Finn.
record this entire time, and everyone has been taking my words out of context and contextory, and I don't understand why everyone is so mean.
that
I am
word.
just here to save turtles and tortoises and possibly my child, but maybe not.
I'm here to promote the adding the not appropriate addition. Sorry, I haven't slept in a few days. Of the letter Y to words. I like that.
Teresa Finn, thanks for the super chat. Says, morning, Megan, morning expert. Hey, turtle lady. And Sarah Adams says, donation for the beautiful bathroom / turtles. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Changing the date, currently scheduled for January 26th to reconvene and resolve this matter. And respondent, or on respondent's behalf, counsel advised, in part, I believe that they were seeking a continuance or potentially for different reasons, wholly different reasons, and other matters related to that. And the court directed that the parties by 5 p.m. on Friday, January 19th, file their respective motions. This matter is noticed for hearing January 18. 1 hour is set aside. I've got some preliminary comments. It'll lead into the time.
Of course he has preliminary comments.
Yeah, told you it's the first 20 minutes is just judge.
But I want to comment on a few matters.
Now, if you remember the last hearing, in the last hearing, she didn't show up for her deposition. So Randy Shockett had to have the judge force her to say she was going to show up for the next deposition, which would be the one we've all seen. You're not a nice person. John, get away from the window. So this is the hearing that happens after that deposition. And the thing the judge is the most pissed about is that Jeremy has put clips of that deposition on YouTube. In Jeremy's defense, I mean, it isn't usual to publish a deposition before the trial is over. However, no one told him not to. So
it wasn't sealed, and he paid for the damn thing.
He paid thousands of dollars for it, and no one told him he shouldn't. And they know he's a YouTuber. They know this. That no one decided, the judge didn't decide to say, hey, and by the way, sir, since you put everything on your YouTube channel, don't even think about putting that deposition there.
It is something his attorney probably should have advised against.
Yeah, but if he didn't,
but it's not illegal to do it.
It's not illegal. And it's also like if his attorney didn't mention it for whatever reason, maybe his attorney values free speech, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like
it's not like he did the whole thing. It's just a small portion of it. So,
my mother died. I mean, honest to God.
Call Silverman's office right now.
This thing is so cute. I don't think I'm going to break down the houses. I think I'm going to keep the houses intact because they're so darn cute, and I did so much work on them. Let's see. Maybe I can repurpose them into some other build.
Petitioner's motion to continue evidentiary hearing, which is scheduled to be resolved and adjudicated today, was filed January 19th at 8:12 p.m. The respondent filed on 1/19 at 5:22 p.m. what's styled as motion for sanctions, including voluntary dismissal, attorney's fees, and costs and related relief. The matters filed subsequent to that filed in effect today, really yesterday, specifically filed on January 22, Monday at 6:59 p.m., which is effectively today. The cover communication to my judicial assistant states attached is the case law portion to go with the motion for sanctions filed on Friday. The fact is what's attached to it does not contain even one case, one copy of a case at all. So it's not a case law portion. It's styled as a memorandum of law with no cases attached to it, but certainly some cited within it. But it is primarily an argument, and it's considered as such. And so we've got, it'll come up later, we'll certainly address non-compliance with the directive regarding timing of filing documents, late filing, effectively this morning or 7 o'clock last night, filing additional argument. Counsel's got 30 minutes to present their case on both sides. The matter is this.
Did he just say late filing at
January
7 o'clock last
26th
night?
Scheduled.
Yes.
If the court accepts it, then it's not late.
He is a very
Exactly.
He's a big stickler though for timestamps. He thinks that anything that comes
Then
in
you
after
shouldn't have accepted
5:00 and 0 seconds is late, and he
Well, I
will
mean,
let
it
you
is.
know about it.
It is. If it's supposed to be in, it is late. But if they accept it, it's not late.
Then shut up about it. Like no one wants to hear about it anymore.
Unless he
Judge.
wants praise because he's done so much for the people. He's done so much for both sides here. The rich
we
man
learned
from the
last-
north, the
we
poor woman
learned-
from the swamp.
we learned.
Hey, have you saw? Is the swamp thing on Amazon? Sorry, I'm sorry, Megan.
We learned in the last hearing that he actually was pissed off. Well, now you've derailed my thought. It went right out of my head, expert.
It was the swamp thing. I didn't do a swamp thing. Have you seen? I've never seen that. That'd be a fun one to watch.
I knew you were going to derail me today. I was like, should I send him this link
That's
or
his
not?
job. That's what he does to me every night. You know what I feel like every night.
He's going
I'm
to
trying to
throw
be very
me.
quiet.
He's going to throw me off my game because he has worse ADD than me, if you can believe that. Are you medicated today, sir? Did you take your medication? And now he's.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth for everything.
Everything.
That's my girl.
Everything.
You can always
Except the
plead
things
the
I already
fifth.
admitted to.
You can always plead the fifth, and if the court accepts it, it's the fifth.
Yeah, even late. I am belatedly
can't.
pleading.
When you just dive, Lynette said, I drank a fifth. I mean, I plead the fifth.
I mean, I plead the fifth.
Oh my
I
God,
took
I'm
a
adding
fifth.
that to my
I took a
lineup.
fifth. I took a fifth.
Counsel for the petitioner filed what's styled as a notice of limited appearance on January 17 for the purpose of addressing a motion to continue the January 26th hearing. And it's clear to the court, and it should be clear to the petitioner, that if the court doesn't grant that relief, she may be without
Lego
this
noise.
counsel to represent her. And so prospective counsel in a way, but who files a limited notice of appearance.
I thought that was
to address
changed
this
from
issue,
Lynette's stripper days.
we're going to address here today.
Hey, I made good money.
That
All ones.
West Virginia money.
characterized in part, or part of the characterization in this argument, which in one part was called case law and really is not case law, and is styled as a memorandum, but really is wholly including extreme argument, quite frankly, that describes in part the filing of the limited notice of appearance and the late appearance of an attorney potentially on behalf of the petitioner accurately today here on her behalf to argue the motion to continue.
He just can't stop himself.
Will be addressed if it's to be continued.
When does he get to the it's your motion, sir, go.
But we've got language in this quote memorandum of law.
Unquote, here we go. Which is not really a memorandum of law.
Relevant part as to this issue.
Hey,
calling counsel for the petitioner who's.
Have any of you read the memorandum of law that he says is not really a memorandum of law? Because I did.
I haven't.
I did. I will send it to you. If I can find it, I will send it to you.
I don't have her 500-page supplemental either.
Oh yeah, I'll send that to you. It's 300 pages.
Because that's going to be
I'm
week's
just,
worth of content.
Amazing.
I'm just saying that the memorandum of law that he says is not really a memorandum of law. I would love to have some other attorneys look at it and tell me if he's right, because I don't think he is right. I read it. I don't see anything in it that leads me to believe it's not a proper filing in some way. And like he continues, he must say 14 times that memorandum of law that is not actually a memorandum of law.
Yeah, it may be an arguments and authorities, and some people, I use argument and authorities to describe that section where you talk about the cases and the fact, apply it to the facts of your case. Some people do it, memorandum of law instead, but
we may actually bring it up on this stream if I can find it so that we can have context to what he is talking about when he continues to say this memorandum of law that is not really a memorandum of law. Like, oh God, this guy, I just want to smack him. By the way, there are rumors abounding about this guy. People saying, I had this guy in school and I had to avoid, I did everything I could to avoid classes with him because he was so awful. We happen to know of
That's every class.
People who have avoided this man in court, gone to extraordinary measures to avoid being in front of him in court. Lawyers, because they know how horrible he is and how biased he is and how he plays favorites and how he humiliates the lawyers on a regular basis.
What's his name? What's his first and last? Well, hold on. I don't have a cold Twitter. Man, why don't you just put his first and last name on your Twitter and ask if anybody had him in law school?
Well, yeah, I should. But
see, they'll come and tell you about him.
I want to hear from his former students, because I guarantee you that what we're going to hear is this guy is an insufferable dickbag. An insufferable dickbag.
He is. Mr. Hart, tell me the facts of carbolic smokeball.
Did you have any law professors like this in school when you guys were in school?
Yeah,
all of them.
Like literally all of them.
I had a couple that I really liked, but there were some that you avoid.
I had really cool business associations, really cool con law, really cool First Amendment.
Shit, somebody broke my tanning salon. Was one of my children in here? I'm going to kill somebody. The tanning salon. I don't know,
but I really need to find a new tanning bed place.
Damn.
How much does the tanning bed cost? I think I'm at the point now where I need to start thinking about that. Sorry, I derailed myself.
Damn, somebody broke my tanning salon.
Expert as the clear complexion side of the, spectrum, I'm not even allowed near off tanning beds. I'll get a burn, so I don't know.
What about the spray? Are you a fan of the spray?
I have too much ADHD.
Spray?
I have too much ADHD. I don't notice until I'm done that I look like a zebra. So no.
No, not yourself. Like you have.
You go to the thing and they spray you. It's kind of fun.
It feels like you're getting ready.
That involves people. That's a no.
It's very cold. It's also very cold.
It is cold and it's exhilarating. You have to admit, it's a thrill. That cold when it hits your naked body, it's just like, oh yeah.
Wait,
it's a
you're
shock.
naked? Oh hell no.
Well, how's
you go naked?
Who does? Wait, hold on, you guys tan with your clothes on? I tell you, you're doing it wrong. No wonder you're going to tanning bed so much.
No, I mean, but like totally naked? I don't know. That's not my style. I usually
that could explain why he needs a new one.
You put on the thing. There's like a thing that you put on. It's like a thong.
My religion doesn't have that thing. It's totally nude. Matter of fact, I
like tan lines. I like tan lines. Though.
Hey, well, you know what? We could talk about the tan line. That's been a topic in my head for so many years because it is a fascinating thing, but at the same time, it can be very distracting and done poorly and look like a checkerboard. That's distracting. You're just sitting there thinking, am I playing checkers or chess?
How did it get talking about naked spray tanning? I really don't know. I don't know how this happened. This is what was bound to happen with the expert on this show. I am so sorry, Chad.
I am behaving so much.
I am so sorry. He is incorrigible. There's no stopping him. There's nothing I can do about it. I gave him the link, and that is on me. Liz Bird, thanks for the super chat. Says, "Shame, Larry. Shame, shame. Ooh, buttons. Ooh, Legos." I'm really missing my first page of buttons. I don't know what the hell happened to my first page, but it really sucks. And
emotional damage.
At least I have the second page. Franklin, welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird in here. it's naked spray tanning and shit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Positive Life Force, thanks for the super chat, says, thank God this Grudge's judge is frozen in time. Oh God, he's back.
Hold on, your clothes you spray tan your clothes?
No, not the
How do you
clothes.
get that off?
No, but you usually
Do you have
like
a special like underwear or a bathing suit?
yeah,
thing
it's like
for spraying.
Yeah, like a spray tan thong. I don't know, but I haven't done it in years.
Thong.
Well, yeah. Yep.
That's always exhilarating.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know. Why did you say thong?
I don't know. I will
don't know
stop
why.
saying thong. I won't say it ever again. Shut up. Here for the Truth says, hi, Megan. Heads up sent you an email. Well, I will make sure to check that. And Pokemon33 says, if Grudge Judge ever got lockjaw, he would fart himself to death trying to talk.
Is it sad? I'd like to see that.
That's funny.
No, him farting himself trying to communicate.
I'm sorry, I know that's what we're talking about.
No, disavow is right.
It's
I
really
go
just trying
team.
to address the issue of calendaring. That it's a ridiculous excuse for an attorney who's coming into a case that's already scheduled for trial. Attorney Silverman is no exception to the principle that an attorney takes the case as he finds it. He should have declined representation if he couldn't fulfill his responsibility of being here on January 26th. He has no good cause. He's acting with contumacious disregard of the court authority, bad faith, willful disregard.
Still talking about Mark Feather?
No, he's talking about this is the
deliberate callousness, intentional
Shockett's motion against Silverman.
Shockett's motion.
Because Silverman had a couple of weeks before this point to get ready and filed a request for continuance at the last minute.
But that was not what the memorandum was about. The memorandum was about how badly behaved Silverman has been and his client has been. And so it's basically like a request for something. I don't know. I'm going to look it up because I have it and we can pull it up and actually read it, because the way the judge is making it sound is just not the case. It just isn't.
Progression of the case and going further and further. And I point that out because I want it to be addressed by both counsel that the record actually shows that on November 29, when the respondent was represented by counsel Mark Feather went off.
Mark Feather, take a drink.
The following morning at 9 a.m., and I'll get into that. His misrepresentations to the court, which gained his client the first of many continuances, misrepresented why the continuance is necessary. The court relied on the misrepresentation, granted the continuance. And then when the court scheduled it for the following week, and Mr. Feather represented no objection to that date, and the court said, this will be a priority. It's going next week. There was no pushback. There was no judge, but I might have something. And then he files, again, another filing after hours, basically the Monday before the Wednesday hearing, a motion to continue that does nothing.
Except he filed it the Friday before.
Something came up between agreeing to the court date and the actual court date. But instead, in relevant part as it relates to today, Mr. Shockett, who was co-counsel to Mr. Feather, files a notice of appearance 24 hours and 20 minutes.
All right, I have it.
Commencement of the hearing that was scheduled to conclude these proceedings on December 6th. And so for counsel, this is concerning to the court. For counsel.
All right, let's read this this concerning memorandum that the judge is so upset about. Let's read it because I have it, and this is just absurd. I want lawyers' opinions on this.
Are we listening? Oh, there's it.
All right.
Okay.
Memorandum of law in support of respondent's motion for sanctions. So they had filed a motion for sanctions, And then they filed a memorandum of law in support for that motion for sanctions, which probably, I don't know, had more supplemental things in it. I don't know. In support of his motion for sanctions, including involuntary dismissal, attorney's fees and costs, and other relief, the respondent, Jeremy Hale, submits the following memorandum of law. 1. Preston's litigation misconduct perpetrated fraud on the court, warranting sanctions, including dismissal. Fraud on the court occurs where it can be demonstrated clearly and convincingly that a party has sentiently set into motion some unconscionable scheme calculated to interfere with the judicial system's ability impartially to adjudicate a matter by improperly influencing the trier of fact, and I would say that she absolutely did that, or unfairly hampering the presentation of the opposing party's claim or defense. And she did that too. The standard of appellate review of a clear and convincing finding is whether the trial court's finding is supported by competent, substantial evidence. Herman v. Intracoastal Cardiology, where repeated fabrications undermine the integrity of a party's entire case, the trial court, like my mother died, oh, my mother isn't dead, like that, maybe, where repeated
You don't even know
fabrications
my mother.
undermine the integrity of a party's entire case, the trial court has the right and obligation to deter fraudulent claims from proceeding in court. In this case, Preston has repeatedly hampered the presentation of Hales' defense by 1, twice failing to appear for her duly noticed deposition on December 21st. That would be hampering the trial, wouldn't it? When final hearing was set for January 4, 2024, and the conclusion of her deposition on January 17th, when final hearing was reset for January 26th, obstructing and or encouraging Cook not to appear for his deposition scheduled for December 21st, and January 17th, such that his deposition has not occurred at this point. And 3, fabricating reasons for not appearing at her deposition, i.e. asserting she never got a notice, claiming a doctor's appointment that couldn't be changed, and then taking the Fifth Amendment when asked to disclose the doctor's name, misleading the court to believe that her mother had died when she was very much alive, etc. At her deposition on January 16th, Preston engaged in a sword and shield tactics through 4, misuse and abuse of the Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination, merely to avoid the possibilities of impeachment, and also delayed her deposition finishing on that day. So far, do you guys see any problem with this as a memorandum of law?
Not.
It's just facts, right?
This really should, I mean, like I said, it probably should have been styled as like a briefing statement in support of the motion for sanctions.
Is that what he's complaining about? That it's.
I think he's complaining semantics. I think.
Okay.
As usual.
Well, what's the definition of a memorandum of law?
Well, I think he got upset because they didn't attach the cases, and like normally, like a memorandum of law is when you're an intern or clerking for a firm or a judge, and they ask you for a memorandum on a particular issue. You go out and research all the cases. You write up something similar to this, apply the facts. And then here's the cases, and you attach the cases. I mean, it's a research type thing. Mm-hmm. You don't do that in court filings, typically. Mm-hmm. So, I say, personally, I do briefing statement in support for arguments and authorities, mm-hmm. and then basically do this. You walk through.
So basically, his problem is he doesn't like that they've called it a memorandum of law.
Yes, he's playing semantics.
He wants them to have called it a brief.
Yeah.
Supplementing facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Texting with a third party during her deposition, refusing to disclose the name of the person she started texting with, refusing to show shock at the text on her tablet, and intentionally deleted and erased the messages. Notice that the judge didn't read this part. Notice that he only read the part where he complains about the lawyer, but he didn't read the part where she was deleting text messages. When it deleted, erased the messages when Attorney Shockett not only asked to see them, but directed her to preserve them. Preston's abuse of the Fifth Amendment privilege to avoid impeachment was the very type of sword and shield tactic that warrants dismissal. And since this, they've already put in a motion to dismiss based on that case law, by the way. So that's pending as well. The law is well settled that a plaintiff is not entitled to both his silence and his lawsuit. The sword and shield metaphor embraces the rule that a plaintiff may not seek affirmative relief in a civil action and then invoke the Fifth Amendment. Okay, so we know this part. She repeatedly did that. I want to get to the part that he's pissed about the lawyer. So this is all about how you cannot plead the Fifth in an action that you brought and still have your trial go forward. What became abundantly clear through Attorney Shockett's continued probing was that Preston was not invoking the Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination for its intended purpose, but to avoid impeachment. And then he quotes her, dismissal is the proper remedy. I'm going to skip down to the part where he's pissed at the other lawyer. She destroyed evidence, so we know that she did that. We watched her do it. We literally watched her do it, destroying the evidence. It's funny that he didn't quote any of this part about all the shit that she did in the middle of her deposition. Failure to appear at depositions. That's all. Here it is. Standard for evaluating Attorney Silverman's misconduct for sanctions. This is what made the judge angry. When litigation misconduct is caused by an attorney, the following set of factors should be used by a trial court to determine whether dismissal with prejudice is warranted. Whether the attorney's disobedience was willful, deliberate, or contumacious, rather than an act of neglect or inexperience. 2, whether the attorney has been previously sanctioned. 3, whether the client was personally involved in the act of disobedience. 4, whether the delay prejudiced the opposing party through undue expense, loss of evidence, or in some other fashion. 5, whether the attorney offered reasonable justification for non-compliance. And 6, whether the delay created significant problems of judicial administration. Upon consideration of these factors, if a sanction less severe than dismissal with prejudice appears to be a viable alternative, the trial court should employ such an alternative. On January 16th, before he even entered an appearance in the case, Attorney Silverman outright stymied the conclusion of Preston's deposition and the taking of Cook's deposition that were to occur the following day by first communicating with the court on Preston's behalf, notwithstanding he hadn't filed an appearance in the case, and then sending Shockett an email simply declaring that Preston and Cook's depositions were not going forward the next day. So he hadn't even filed to appear on their behalf.
Yeah, he wasn't even appearing for him. I would have ignored it and pushed forward the depositions.
But he ordered them not to. So
well, I mean, he can't order anything.
Well, I mean, but he told the clients not to go.
Yeah, he told them not to show up. But
yeah, as a result,
he should be held. He should be sanctioned.
As a result of Attorney Silverman's obstructionist and wholly unprofessional conduct, Preston and Cook failed to show up on January 17th for their depositions. Those depositions, meanwhile, had been coordinated and scheduled in open court on January 4th after Preston and Cook failed to appear for their depositions in December, which prejudiced Hales, causing a new trial date to be set for January 26th. Moreover, it is not good cause to continue a case just because Attorney Silverman is going to be at the Family Law Board Certification Review course on January 26th. That's a ridiculous excuse for an attorney who is first coming into a case that is already scheduled for trial. Attorney Silverman is no exception to the principle that the attorney takes the case as he finds it. Silverman should have declined representation if he couldn't fulfill the responsibility of being here on January 26th. That is the law.
He's using the judge's words from that second hearing against Silverman.
Well, it's not
the judge
just
said
his
the same
words.
thing about
That's the
Shockett coming
rule.
into the case. Yeah,
but it is.
But he said the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this is incredible. So Attorney Silverman is no exception to the principle. Okay, so we read that. Silverman should have declined representation. I read that. It's mind-boggling that in the 24 hours before he even entered a formal appearance for Preston, Silverman already managed to display contumacious disregard of the court's authority, bad faith, or a willful disregard or gross indifference to an order of the court or conduct which evinces deliberate callousness. Fair competition in the adversary system is secured by prohibitions against destruction or concealment of evidence, improperly influencing witnesses, obstructive tactics in discovery procedure, and the like. So now we know what Silverman did. But we're going to listen to the judge now. All he's going to complain about is this memorandum and how it's totally inappropriate for them to use these words about Silverman, even though he did these things. And he doesn't at all during this hearing. The judge will not even once complain about them skipping out on their deposition for a second time. It's crazy. Here it says, however, involuntary dismissal striking her injunction petition is called for because Preston is making an absolute mockery of the judicial system with her untenable and barely comprehensible petitions, motions, and affidavits. Her misrepresentations to the court and repeated litigation misconduct, she is wasting valuable time and resources that this court could be devoting to folks who genuinely need relief, unlike Preston, who is obviously just trying to obtain a tit-for-tat. Hey, that goes with the theme of our show today. A tit-for-tat injunction in Florida. It's like it's a Lego memorandum, because Hales got one against her for stalking in Ohio, not to mention punish him with repeated, albeit nonsensical, affidavits of purported violations. Nonetheless, Preston's contumacious and egregious litigation misconduct combined, man, talk dirty to me, please. I love this. I love this memorandum. I love these words. These words are, I swear, I'm like a legal sexual. Is that what I am? Am I a legal sexual? I love
What
this.
is happening? You are talking way too fast for me to comprehend all these words with this limited amount of sleep, but I think I like this conversation. This is the opposite of an ASMR. Valhalla, you lied.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
So are you tit and then I'm tat, or are you?
I thought we were getting tits tats.
I'm just
what's
saying,
going
for, like,
on?
our not
sorry.
the view that doesn't suck. Is
We're
that going to
getting
be our
mixed
show
melons.
name? Tit and tat.
Tit and tat. Mm-hmm.
I'm
view
gonna
that doesn't
MG. I'm gonna go
suck.
get Valhalla's tattoo machine just in case.
I'm gonna have
Yes.
now I need to name two of the chickens Tit and Tat. I swear to God, I'm gonna have to do that.
Yes.
There's Tit and Tat. Oh my
I
God,
just
where
call
was
them
I?
all nuggets.
Nuggets.
Like
Oh,
free range, free
so
nuggets.
funny. Tit for turt. Look at the chat.
And where does he get off calling my lawyer a C word? I cannot believe this. He's not even a girl, first of all. So he can't be a C word. How dare they
chick?
use that language?
What?
I was
Speaking-
making fun of Turtle Lady not understanding contumacious. And
I have no idea what that word means.
Contumacious.
if I have to explain the joke, then it's not as funny.
Can I slow down reality? I am getting I am so far behind you guys. I love being an airhead. It works out.
All right. Speaking of the C word, I have to play this because you all need to go over to Rosalind Duke's. You need to go over to Rosalind Duke's YouTube page and subscribe to her
Yeah,
because
she's awesome.
she is freaking hilarious. She's one of my local squad and she's freaking hilarious. And she does these hilarious commercials. And she's so funny. She came up with one for the Tonsil Twins case, and she did one now for Turtle Purgatory that is absolutely hysterical. And I got to bring it up. We got to play it because this is so funny.
Florida. Welcome to Blue Bucket, Florida. Come on down to Skumika
Oh no, don't do the spinny thing.
Hunt's Turtle Snatchery.
No, we missed it. We missed it because YouTube's being retarded.
Florida. Come on down
YouTube.
to Hunt's Turtle Snatchery in Blue
Is that what everybody calls your computer nowadays?
Ed Dog Road.
Sorry,
just
what's
past
happening?
The gas station post office.
Are those turtles sick?
Well, if they're at the turtle
My
snatchery,
turtles are never
probably.
sick.
They're a little
And-
Check out
lethargic.
these reviews from verified real
That's
people.
how you spell sanctuary.
Look at the verified
Sanctuary.
reviews. I recently drived through Blue Bucket, Florida. OMG, never seen anything like it. Thank God I had a full tank of gas.
Is
And
this
the
real?
next one
Swing
says,
by the newly erected shit shack. and
Wait, is
shower.
there a review place I can put the reviews up?
no.
Don't forget to pick
Oh.
up souvenirs for the whole family. Come for the turtles, stay for the
It's interrupting the jokes right in the middle. Come on.
Is this on MG's computer?
No, it's mine.
stay for the methery. When
I'm
nature
just making
calls,
sure. I'm just
visit
trying to figure out where I am. A lot of times I wake up, I don't know where I am. So it's
I don't
okay.
know what's wrong with YouTube. I don't know what's wrong. Come on,
I don't
YouTube.
think it's YouTube.
It's
It is,
YouTube
though.
and
Come for the
StreamYard.
turtles, stay for the methery. When nature calls, visit Florida.
Any resemblance to action.
Oh God,
Hold on.
Rosalind is so funny. I'm gonna drop it in the chat.
Completely intentional and 100% satire. This has been another
Go fuck yourself.
production.
Go subscribe to Rosalind. She's so funny.
That is hilarious.
She is so funny. And she has another one over there about how to catch a man for the Laura Owens case. That is so funny. But if I try to play it, obviously my computer is not playing along right now. So I'm just going to have to say
Get an Apple?
no. No, I had Apple and that didn't work either. This is a brand new computer
You had
with
an
32
Intel
gig.
Apple, I bet.
No,
At least it's not
it
just
was
me.
Intel. It was
See?
Intel. It was.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah.
up. Shut up.
Yep.
Megan, you
Gotta
know
go
you're
AMD.
having withdrawals. You know you're having the withdrawals.
And
You
I
know you
would
want that
just like to
apple
let you all
silicone.
know that I spelled sanctuary correctly with 4 H's. So I don't even know. They're not even making fun of me correctly. And I use that compost to feed homeless people the vegetables that I grow out in my garden. So I am
Is that
really like
true?
Jesus. I am like Jesus.
No,
And
no, no, no.
these people
Lynette.
out here have been
Lynette, you posted on Facebook that you were feeding garbage to the homeless people. You don't
Look,
remember that?
I cannot believe you are trying to use my words against me. Like,
Yeah,
how
in fact,
dare you try to use my
in
own
fact,
words
you were.
against me?
In
I
fact,
plead the fifth.
in fact,
I'm taking
in
a
fact,
swing.
I put it up on Locals this morning. That there was a
What?
hilarious post you put on your turtle page about dumpster diving. She's dumpster diving now. Why are you dumpster diving to feed your kid? It's weird. You need to stop that. Don't feed her garbage. It's
Why am I not privy
I
to
am
this?
like
You guys
Steve
cannot
Jobs.
shock me like this. This is amazing.
All right, let's
I
read
am
it
like
actually.
Steve Jobs, and I'm a pescatarian, fruitarian, and that's just I just don't pick anything up until it falls on the ground, like
Oh,
a normal,
God.
peaceful
Those people
human.
are
I am a
weird.
humanitarian. God dang it, John! Stay away from your crotch.
There he is.
Let's read this, shall we? January 9th, 2023. It's a shell thing. Tortoise and reptile rescue posts on Facebook. We now have to go back to the old way of doing it that is bad for the tortoises and us, meaning we now have to dumpster dive to get the produce the old way of
Well,
getting it.
time out. You can't read this fast. The old way of doing it is dumpster diving?
Yes, that's
For
what she used to
tortoises?
do.
Wait, you,
She went
you
to
dumpster
Winn-Dixie
dive
and
for
got. Yeah.
She eats.
Is this
things out of
common in
her-
the community? Because Valhalla's in the chat and he has a tank full of turtles. Is he out there dumpster diving? Because if he is, we're getting ready to have so much content on my channel.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I could be at his house in moments.
Dumpster diving with Valhalla. You need to make
Yes.
that
Oh my
video.
God,
Oh,
I
but that
would-
could be
I would watch
that's
For,
the
that
other
for
show.
forever.
turtle food.
That's already a show. Oh
Look
no,
at
not for
this.
turtle food.
Look at this.
No,
We have to
just
go
for
back to
everything.
the
The buddy
old
cop-
way. The old way of getting it was us to purchase it. Okay, got it, purchase it, and to dumpster dive. That's the old way of getting it. Where do you get out of? We have to go back to the old way of getting it, and that's not good for us or the tortoises. Into we eat it. It means we have to go back to buying it and dumpster diving for it. And I hope I clarified it for you people. You will do anything. You will twist and turn into anything, LOL, to make yourselves look right. We don't need the produce out of the dumpster to feed our daughter. We get plenty of money for food. Good freaking God. But didn't she just say a sentence here back that we eat it? Yeah, she did. It's not
Yeah.
good for us or the tortoises into we eat it. It means we have to go back to buying it and
Yep.
dumpster diving. They're eating
She needs
food
to be
out of the
introduced to
garbage,
commas.
folks.
She
I know this
has
is a
no
wall of
punctuation.
text.
Punctuation is for the highfalutin elites, okay? And I am a
The
woman
ones
of
that
the
get their
people.
kids taken away.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those that get their kids taken away use proper grammar.
And people that use mechanical keyboards.
Maybe
do, too.
that's the key. If CPS comes to your house, just forget
I
how to
love you,
speak
Matt.
proper English. Just
Look,
Oh,
I plead the fifth, even with
my
my own
defense
words.
around my defense around police is to always sound like myself. Stupid.
not for the pores. Some dumpsters have really great goods in them. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know,
Which are the
folks. Is
good
that what
ones?
you're doing? You're out there. You're out there dumpster diving. Jill M says, "Eat your words, export." Export?
Why?
Export. You are now
Well, I'm in the
export.
import-export business.
I'm
You
going to
know,
export you right out of here.
Yeah, I know you are. I'm surprised.
Funny
it
mom.
lasted this long. To tell you the truth.
This message is for the expert. I enjoyed the stream last night. It was so sweet and special how you talked to the lady that came on panel. I feel your words to her made her feel like she mattered. You mean you didn't talk over her? I'm shocked.
I don't believe it.
No.
I don't believe that either.
I fell
No,
asleep
it was,
during the stream. I don't believe it.
There was someone that's knows the Hales and is down there, and she helped us with our. We took the. I don't know how the idea came about. I think it was the chat because they like to derail me, and they said that
Oh,
you
they
had done-
derail you? That's a new one.
Well, they said that you had done something and that I should do it too.
Oh,
And
did you take a tour of Otter Creek?
yeah, that thing.
Oh,
Yeah, but
that's
they didn't
fun.
tell me that like
That's fun.
maps are different. And so like I was using Bing and Microsoft, they don't pay for the full tour. They just do the half tour. So I had to go to Google.
You have to
It was
use
a whole
Google.
thing. Yeah, I don't like Google's. So
Yeah, you
anyway,
have to use Google.
but anyway, it was very interesting. Yeah. So, and then yeah, she came on, and this is someone else who's been dealing with a lot of the drama in her own world with social media and stuff, and it's sad, man. I don't like seeing people get pushed around, and bullied.
Right? Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
My wife tried to say bullied yesterday and said the word boily. And then later on, she tried to take it away from me. I was like, you can't take away the word boily. That's one of my favorite new word. Like, I'm going to go boily some eggs. Adding a Y at the end of a word. I love it.
I add
And
ologist to the end of the word,
talk.
and then it makes it smart.
Ologist?
An
Ologist
ology.
or olive? Ology. Okay. I thought you said olive. Olive. Yes.
Oh,
No, but I think you're on a food thing. So
You know what?
spilled
You know what?
Legos.
If you mute your mic and
It's
you
okay.
say,
Your foot will find a Lego in the middle of the night there, Megan.
Yeah, under my desk is really bad. I'm gonna.
you don't know what I just said.
Dang it! No, I don't know what you
Olive
just said.
juice.
I don't want to know. Probably.
No, if you mute your mic and you look into the camera, you say olive juice. They think
It
that
sounds-
you love them.
Oh, right. All right.
No, it doesn't sound like anything because you muted your mic. Or muted your mute. I don't know.
Okay.
Trying to address
Sarah
the
Adams has a
issue
comment,
of
by the way.
calendaring of the event
Okay.
that's now scheduled for 26,
Hold on.
which he's already told the court.
Sarah Adams, my homo. Where is she? This is Jill M. Says, sorry, Judge, I forgot my last lie. And Sarah Adams says, why the
That's not
fuck
the
don't you
one.
ask Turtle Lady what she thinks about what?
That
about
wasn't
the
it.
memorandum.
Oh, the memorandum. Oh, right. What do you think about that memorandum, Turtle Lady?
Well, like I was explaining to Expert, I cannot believe they called my lawyer the C word because honest to God, he's a guy, first of all. And second of all, I have never even lied except for those times that I deleted stuff, and I wasn't even deleting stuff. As you can perfectly see on my phone right here, I'm just going to turn the damn thing off anyway, but it was not even there. I was texting someone else, and then I got money and some cheese sticks from someone online, and that was just what I was doing. So really, I mean, how dare they call him a C word?
I don't know about that, Turtle Lady.
He's
I'm
got
not, I don't know if I'm buying
Yes,
it.
that is just wrong.
I don't
She
think
gets
I'm
online
buying.
cheese sticks?
I don't know. I've never heard of online.
She was
cheese
making a big
Like-
Did
deal
you find these
about
in a
someone sending
dumpster?
her $7,000. I can only imagine that person had a stroke quite recently, and
Possibly.
she has to send it back. So I went with cheese sticks because I can't imagine
You know what?
$7,000
Mozzarella
being
sticks are
sent
really
to this
underrated.
woman. I too have a for-profit charity, so I can understand her now.
Liz D became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den.
This is hurting me so bad trying to be quiet and behave.
Joyce Dorothy, thanks for the super chat or super sticker. Appreciate that. I have to learn the difference between chats and super stickers, apparently.
Yeah, the super stickers are the cute ones. You gotta look at those.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't care that
You have to
StreamYard
look
pull up.
in
You
the
gotta
YouTube
go
chat.
over to YouTube because they pick them out. They are looking.
Yeah, they
they
have,
see
like,
a
little
sticker
stickers
that
that
reminds
move.
them of you. Are you
What?
denying the sticker love?
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
I
Oh my
don't-
god!
because
She doesn't love
StreamYard doesn't pull
stickers.
up the animation. So you have to go to the
Oh,
YouTube
there
chat
it
to look at the
is.
animation.
I see. It's
What-
like a little laughing gif. That's interesting. That's cute. Okay. I
Is it
see.
cute?
I didn't.
Wouldn't you?
I never
Way to
saw
put
that before.
down.
I
Yeah,
never
no.
saw that before.
You didn't know what your channel was about either. A day ago.
Well, you know,
That's right.
it was
I love
very
that.
late. I'm working on the finger fence part. We're working on it. We're getting there.
Those are fantastic female lips hiding behind a well manicured hand. That Joyce Dorsey's super sticker is more than just a GIF.
Well, don't say GIF on this.
Well, you know what? MG Log is upset.
It's not
And he's my buddy. I
it's not
like
allowed.
him. I'm trying to
No.
impress him.
No.
It's a
We
GIF.
don't, no, we don't say
It's
GIF
GIF.
here. It's
It's a
GIF.
GIF.
It is not GIF. I don't care what you
It's
say.
GIF, right?
That's the guy who created it.
Gah.
It's I don't care. That guy is a total moron. It is not
Yeah,
GIF.
thank you, Megan. Oh my gosh, people don't understand us with their
It's not.
Mhm.
It's not GIF. It's not.
You
I
can't
refuse to
use
believe this.
how many times in the English language is the letter G ever pronounced J? Never.
Never. Hardly
It's not
ever.
John's.
In Jeffrey, I guess.
Geography.
No, that's an EO word. It's an eography.
Times.
The G right there in the middle, G.
Yeah, it's I don't buy it. It's not GIF. I mean GIF. It's GIF. Damn it. Now you've got me
Jif
saying
is a
it.
peanut butter, first of all.
Jif
Let's
is a peanut butter.
There, we're done. You go have you can have a GIF if it's the peanut butter banana guy. That could be a GIF. But other than that, it's all GIFs.
Yeah, chat's
And
giving you the
even GIF is
examples.
a GIF. Duh.
Okay, we're done with that. We're moving on.
Can't be here, but
I keep trying to look out the window, so I leave you alone.
as to that matter, we have an attorney calling that bad faith.
I love you guys.
Disregard, indifference, unprofessional, intentional, abject interference. And nonetheless, we're dealing with current co-counsel of the respondent, who 24 hours and 20 minutes took on a case that he knew he could not be prepared for, and he filed another motion to continue, which would have been about the third motion to continue, if not the second, depending on how you look at it, on behalf of the respondent. And so I would just suggest you all evaluate the context in which we are brought here today and keep the extraneous, unnecessary name calling and characterization when the record evidence.
Okay, we'll just call you names.
The court
How about that?
accommodated current respondent's counsel when he needed a continuance because he said he couldn't be prepared because he got into the case knowing the case was scheduled, and he came in as co-counsel to a lawyer that told this court on November 29, somewhere between 4:50 p.m. and 5 p.m., Judge, I only need about 15 more minutes to conclude the entirety
No,
of
that's
my
not what he
case.
said. The
I found
dumbass.
that to be incredulous, understatement.
Yeah, now
of the
he's
morning.
lying.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He never
That's
said
not what he
that.
said. He needed
He
15
said-
minutes for cross-examination.
Yeah, he just wanted
You
to
guys are
cross-examine
so
her.
mean. This judge never lies, and he said that my deposition was great. Did you hear him? Not one word about my deposition in his rambling.
Yeah,
I
not
was
one
awesome.
word. Not one.
A lawyer who could have, because
Bird's
he said
the
he
word.
needed to present 2 additional witnesses. He needed to cross-examine the petitioner, who at that time took about 2 hours to not even get through with her direct testimony. And he didn't even address whether he was going to call his client and or maybe forgot whether he was going to.
That was because she had an idiot for a lawyer, herself and the judge. That's why it took 2 hours.
Exactly.
If he had allowed him to cross-examine her, it would have been over in 15 minutes, like you said.
Yep. Yep.
Like you said. But she had a moron for counsel, Judge DeThomasis himself. So that's why it took 2 hours. And that's why she's still not done. Because the judge didn't make her hurry it up. Let's go. Let's move it along.
To make legal argument to the court. There was no way anyone, after this judge has spent 40 years almost on a daily basis in a courtroom, could have done that in 15 minutes. But in that context, current counsel, co-counsel of Mr. Feather, Mr. Shockett,
Well, of course,
took
this
the
judge
case
couldn't do that in 15
and
minutes. He
said
can't shut
he
up.
couldn't be ready because he only had 24 hours and 20 minutes. And this court again accommodated the respondent. I want you to keep that context in mind. The court's taken 12 minutes of your time. Mr. Silverman, it's your motion that's first up on the docket.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, firstly, that's what I want to address. The first thing I want to note is I saw Mr. Shockett reference in his email to the court on Friday, and the court just referenced it, a 5 p.m. deadline on Friday. I'll be candid. I don't recall I remember the court saying we had to file by Friday. I don't recall 5 p.m. If the court said it, I do apologize. I don't fault Mr. Shockett for filing after 5 p.m. The initial motion he filed, obviously I filed mine 7-something p.m., but both were filed on Friday. What I do object to is Mr. Shockett's motion being heard today. The reason I object to that is when Mr. Shockett filed that motion, forwarded it to the court on Friday, he indicated there was additional authority, additional information he wanted to include. As the court noted, that was not filed with the court, styled as a memorandum of law until I believe 7 p.m., 6:55 p.m. yesterday evening. So it was filed almost 2 hours after the close of business, the evening before a 10 a.m. hearing the following day. I don't engage in trial or hearing by ambush. I respectfully ask the court to decline to allow Mr. Hales and his counsel the opportunity to do the same. Candidly, I had a rather full calendar with my family last night. I did not have, well, I've read what was filed last night. I've not had the opportunity to go through it in full and to pull all the cases and read everything. I therefore object to it being heard today. We can reserve for another day the arguments I have on the fact that the motion or whatever it is completely unfounded, fails to cite relevant law, and the law that I have been able to review thus far seems to indicate it doesn't support what they're asking for. But I am before the court on a limited basis, pursuant to the rules of family law and procedure, asking the court to continue this Friday's hearing. Contrary to the, as the court noted, rather bombastic assertions in the pleading filed yesterday evening, I have done what I think is the appropriate and ethical thing to do here, because when Ms. Preston contacted me, I knew I would not be available this Friday. I will not make a full plenary notice of appearance in the case if I know I'm unavailable for a trial or hearing date that's already set. That is why, pursuant to the family law rules of procedure, I have filed a limited notice of appearance, asking this court to consider continuation of Friday's hearing. As the court correctly noted, if the court denies the continuance, I will not be able to represent my client on Friday, and Ms. Preston is fully aware of that. If the court denies the continuance today, I imagine the court will be getting from me a motion to withdraw, a stipulated motion to withdraw before the end of the day. With that being said, the court has laid quite a bit of the record already. This case has been previously continued, I believe multiple times at the request of the respondent and or his counsel. I have not yet obtained the videos of the court proceedings, although I've had, I was about to say the pleasure, but I would say more displeasure of having reviewed at least some of what Mr. Hales has posted online. And there are excerpts of that court proceeding online, which I understand is the subject of another proceeding in this case next Monday. And I think that on an equitable basis, Your Honor, as I point out in the motion, both parties are entitled to representation by counsel. This court has previously continued this case at the request of Mr. Hales so that his counsel could be accommodated. I'm asking the court to do the same in this case so that my client's counsel, potential counsel, can be accommodated. This is obviously a complex case. There are issues related to the Fifth Amendment. I think those are, I point that out in my motion to continue. Mr. Shockett raised it in an entirely different manner in the document he filed last night. Regardless, I am aware from the state attorney's office that there are criminal allegations against both of these parties. And so the stakes are somewhat higher than they might be in another civil case of similar character. And so for the reasons I cited in the motion, Your Honor, it is very important that my client be represented by counsel. The case law that I do cite in my motion clearly stands for the proposition that continuances should be granted when reasonable and when not overly prejudicial to accommodate a litigant's request to obtain counsel in the context of injunction proceedings. And that is precisely what we are asking the court to do this morning. It is not, although this is a somewhat complex case, this request is not really complex, and so I'm otherwise going to stand by what's in the motion. And I think it clearly sets forth a reasonable and quite frankly compelling case for a reasonable continuance of Friday's hearing.
Thank you, counsel. Let me just ask you before I turn to respondents' counsel, with regards to the length of continuance, obviously the court has to weigh any potential prejudice to the respondent who has currently a temporary injunction in place that has been modified effectively on 2 occasions by this court in conformity with the Second District Court of Appeals opinion. That's the most recent modification, issued 12/29. This court, in conformity with that, modified it to his benefit to some extent. But obviously the court needs to weigh the length of the continuance in light of the totality of the circumstances, which I'll discuss at a relevant point here this morning. And so give me a sense, for instance, you know, the case can be continued to the following week. It could be 2 weeks. Give me a sense of what you think you need to be ready and prepared. What really becomes, just in short, day one was continued and despite offering to reconvene the following morning, November 29 to November 30th, and the respondent, as I mentioned before, asked for longer time. When we reconvened early January, there was a bomb threat in the middle of the hearing, and thus we did not complete that day's events. And
Bomb
so we're
threat.
scheduled for the 26th. So in effect,
Sure.
it's the third day of the continuation. And I understand that you want to obtain copies of the court proceedings. So just give me a sense what you think the time frame reasonably would be for you to be prepared.
Obtaining copies of the court proceedings is not, Mr. Lanier, my paralegal, has already started working on that. I don't anticipate I'll have any difficulty with that. I don't think any of the other business directed to Mr. Feather applies to me or my office. So we shouldn't have any, I should have those in the next couple of days. I do intend to depose Mr. Hales. And I believe that can be accomplished in short order, probably within the next 10 days.
Yeah, because he'll show up.
When we get to the appropriate part about any motions they're bringing with respect to discovery, which again, respectfully, I don't believe properly before the court today. I believe that Mr. Hales through counsel, if he can properly serve Mr. Cook with a subpoena, has the right to depose Mr. Cook. So I know he intends to take that deposition. As to a further deposition of my client, again, when we get to the appropriate date and time to hear that motion and the memorandum or whatever it is that Mr. Shockett filed last night, we could have a long discussion about the fact that it has improperly included communications between his office and mine in violation of the Florida Bar Rules of Professional Conduct. We can talk about the fact that he left out the fact that I have made a motion for 12.310D to terminate or limit my client's deposition. We can talk about the fact that it was improperly noticed. It was taken as a video deposition.
It was not improperly noticed.
Mr. Hales pasted the video of the deposition all over YouTube. We'll get to all that. I don't expect that he's going to be permitted to depose my client any further, but he does have an opportunity, if he can serve Mr. Cook properly, to take Mr. Cook's deposition. So I figure
Judge, none of this is relevant to the motion to continue. But
well, and so
because I'm asking him what needs to be accomplished.
What he's saying, what's not going to be accomplished.
So we have two depositions that need to be taken. I believe we can get that accomplished in the better part of a day, if not an afternoon or a morning. So I would think at this point, a 2 to 3 week continuance would be appropriate.
Okay.
So that's where
I just want to get a sense. We'll narrow down that request. Mr. Shockett, let's first address the issue of why or why not should we address what was characterized late last night after hours as case law, which was not case law. It was titled Memorandum of Law, but really is an argument.
Here we go.
We make argument. We're here for argument on issues. But with regards to the laundry list of sanctions.
Yeah, Judge, give him an A-.
There's an objection.
That's definitely D work.
Today.
Sure. Thanks, Your Honor. Good morning. I'm going to answer the continuance issue by giving a little history first. Obviously, let's start from the beginning. They already have effectively gotten a continuance. Your Honor recalls, she didn't appear for her. We were supposed to finish on January 4th. She was supposed to appear for her deposition December 21st. So was Mr. Cook. They didn't show up. They filed motions. She filed a motion to reschedule her deposition. She also filed a motion to not take Mr. Cook's deposition. The day of the bomb scare, Your Honor ruled that both of those depositions need to go forward. And we scheduled them here in open court on the 16th and the 17th. On the 16th, this is what's shown here. We'll address the issue, whether this is ready for today, but you know what happened, Judge. They didn't finish the deposition. And we're complaining about the actions of opposing counsel before the notice of appearance. And I don't know of any rule that says you have privilege to say something to somebody in an email and you can't be shown to the court. That doesn't make any sense. So what you have here is we gave you a Facebook post and we also showed you some emails where before in their appearance.
You're arguing the merits of the motion.
Okay, well, I just wanted to point out that effectively they got a continuance because we didn't get our required discovery.
Well, the record reflects that the respondent got a continuance on November 29.
Absolutely.
It was the first continuance based on misrepresentations to the court and
Oh, dear Lord.
the benefit of that to the significant high potential for detriment to the petitioner. Detriment not only because it's still hanging out there, but at that time it was hanging out there without a temporary injunction in place. And the court precedent and whole specter of weighing continuance with a temporary injunction is wholly different than one when there's not. When we came back, when you were appearing on the respondent's behalf, right at the outset, I said to you, well, now the court has to look at this differently because intervening, there was a second, I believe, if not third, but second, I believe, supplemental petition, which resulted in a temporary injunction. And despite representations to the contrary, so that Mr. Hales is aware, when the court receives a petition or a supplemental petition,
It's the
as a
finger
matter of
tree
law,
defense.
this court must accept what's alleged in the petition as true. Period. End of discussion. The hearings decide if it's true and if it's competent substantial evidence. But the court must accept it as true. So despite allegations that the court is accepting what she says, yeah, as a matter of law, when it's pled in a petition or a supplemental petition, why? Because the court must do so. That's plain and simple. There's no choice in that. When we get to hearing, the court can reject or accept any or all testimony of any witness.
Okay. That's a great point. I want to just touch on that.
But we're never going to get there.
That's the second motion to continue.
We're never going to get there.
The respondent's third motion to continue. So that was on 12/1 at 5:56 p.m. The respondent's second motion to continue. Respondent's third motion to continue was 12/5 at 12:53. Respondent's fourth motion to continue was the January 4th proceeding.
Well, that was in conjunction with a motion for discovery violations of not showing up for their depositions.
And you agree?
I know why. I've got institutional knowledge of why, but
Every case, every lawyer, I took the case just like Mr. Silverman. We take the case as we see it. And I got short notice, and I said, I'm going to ask. I'm not prepared, and I appreciated Your Honor doing that. But this, I'm just pointing out here that this is a continuance.
What I did as a matter of law was to provide due process to Mr. Hales, your client. I wasn't going to deny him that.
Okay.
And so my question is, why are we suggesting Ms. Preston ought to be denied counsel?
I'm not. I'm saying the opposite.
Because he's already had 2 weeks to prepare.
By her deposition not continuing, the Nettles case, Judge, we have to have discovery, and it didn't finish. Mr.
All right,
Cooks,
let's put it in this context.
Okay.
Everything's about context. Your co-counsel, current co-counsels to this day, Mr. Feather, represented he could complete the case in 15 minutes. In hindsight, in error, this court regretfully allowed the deposition of Ms. Preston to take place in the first place. You're effectively taking a deposition of a litigant who, in the middle of her direct testimony, is stopped. We want to now take her deposition.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. How do you regret letting a deposition take place when you literally, that was what you decided? You're the judge. You don't get to hold it against opposing counsel that you now regret some action you made as a judge. And why would you regret it in the first place? Thoughts, people?
Because my deposition was beautiful and he could not imagine a better one. That's why.
Because it was so damaging to her case. Why would he say he regrets letting them take the deposition? Because she was in the middle of her case.
Because it destroys her case.
Yeah, so why does he regret it? She's a liar. It's clear. She lied.
Because he doesn't care about that.
I'm so confused.
He wants to make law with this case. He wants to create precedent because he thinks the dissent.
He's going to create precedent, all right. He's going to create precedent, all right, of being the most laughed at judge in all of America by the time this is done.
True.
Oh my God, expert, put your pants back on. What do you mean you're not wearing pants?
I had the mic off. What?
What?
I always touch the tip.
Why are you not
Sorry.
wearing pants? I'm getting private messages that say you were wearing pants and now you're not wearing pants.
I
don't need
lied
to know
earlier when I said I don't want
It's because pants are prison.
I feel so much better now.
I don't need to know this.
So much better.
No one needs to know this.
Everybody knows that. This is the first time I've ever admitted to actually wearing pants on a stream, and I was because I went from trying to get some sleep, and so I was wearing very they're constrictive. Those sleep pants. those flannel sleep pants, and it's getting warm. The windows open, the sun, the
God.
radiation of the sun's happening.
But
It's a
at
good
least
day.
do your neighbors a favor and close the curtains at least.
Why? Why would I do that?
Yeah.
It's a sunny day. I mean, what's in your
Lord.
cup? Are you a tea drinker?
Coffee. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
sometimes.
Tea is
Sometimes,
such
but
a superior beverage.
it's coffee today.
I'm sorry. It's just a dirty bean.
Approving that. It's my understanding from representations of counsel, and we've got a record potentially. Of
You're really
why,
going to
but
really
it
hate me or
seems
really
to
love me after this.
That
Oh, you're
process,
good.
which
Oh
has
boy, that's a
resulted
bad
in-
thing to say to me.
We'll fill in the blank number of hours of deposition, which you're now saying was unsuccessfully left incomplete, has now, I just heard from Mr. Silverman, also been published to the internet, in addition to
And
your
it was
co-counsel,
glorious.
in violation
Yes.
of the Supreme Court administrative order,
No, it wasn't.
SCAO 11-222, and in violation of AOSC 11-22, and in violation of our chief judge's administrative order 1.14 version 2. Despite that, he requested and obtained unredacted copies of the 1129 and 12-6 proceedings, and is now answering to contempt charges from the chief judge, since it's his administrative order, about what then ends up being disseminated and published on your client's YouTube channel. And so that's another consequence of there being additional time. And now I'm hearing this morning that a deposition has been provided on YouTube. And let me just ask the question, is it a video depo?
Well,
It is a video depo.
it was improperly noticed as a video depo. It does not comply with the rule.
Well, let's follow the rules.
It
That's
was
why I'm
not
asking the
improperly
question,
noticed.
because there's a rule right on point, 1.310.
There is. And so the notice that was filed on January 15th, I believe it was, in the title, just the title says notice of taking video deposition by subpoena Ducis Tecum. Putting it in the title does not comply with the rule. You can put things in the title.
I've got the rule right here. Let's go to the family rule. 12.310 subsection B4. Any depo may be recorded by video without leave of court or by stipulation, provided you follow the following rules. A, notice must state in the notice it's to be video with the name and address of the operator. B, the court reporter must be stenographically recorded by a certified court reporter unless otherwise agreed. C, procedure must on camera identify the style, state the date, swear in the witness. D, custody of the tape and copies. The attorney requesting must take custody and be responsible for safeguarding the video.
If I could jump in right there. I did yesterday reach out to Mr. Shockett's office and ask him to provide me with a copy of the videotape or the video recording. I guess nothing's on tape these days. He directed me to the court reporter indicating that they had custody of that and that I would have to obtain it from them. We had a spirited discussion about the cost of obtaining that. But the notice, although it states notice of video deposition with subpoena Ducis Tecum, I would note there's no subpoena issued to a party, and there hasn't been a subpoena issued to a party in this case, does not contain the information about the videographer. It simply says the deposition will be taken before a court reporter and gives the name of the court reporter and a internet address for the court reporter, and that's it. And regardless of that, if their position is that the deposition wasn't concluded, my understanding is firstly that my client indicated she wanted to read the deposition. She was never provided that opportunity. And just yesterday, Mr. Hales, in one of his many monetized YouTube videos, plastered that video deposition all over YouTube to his 700,000 subscribers, which is highly.
By the way, they hit 700,000 on Sunday night. So congratulations to What the Hales. They are now over 700,000 subscribers as of their Sunday night stream. And I am thrilled for them. So good for you
we're pushing
guys.
for 1 million. Is that what we're announcing
That's
right
right.
here? We're going to be part of the 1 million club. We're going to push for them because I love growing channels. I
know,
love
me
that.
Too. Me too.
I was so
It's a lot
awesome
of fun.
when MG hit 5,000. It was so
I
cool. I
know.
was there, and then it was the next day. Like
That's
Nick hit
awesome.
5,000. I was there. I was like, "This is awesome!" Oh, and then we got my wife to 1,000 on Friday. It was an awesome weekend. Sorry, I
Well,
get
the
excited for other
Hales-
people's success.
The Hales supporters in the chat, shout out to you guys. You guys have been so sweet, so supportive of all the
Yes.
channels here on LawTube who are, covering the Hales case and also covering other trials that you might be interested in. And I hope that you do stick around even after the Hales case is wrapped up. I hope that you do stick around and stay involved with our channels because we really like you and we think that you're good people. You guys have been so sweet, so helpful. Like Jeff says, it's funny when you start covering a new case, especially when there's already an audience for it. Sometimes if you get something wrong, they can be all, "You moron, what the hell is wrong with you?" And these people are not like that at all. They're just like, they're like, "No, let me help you. Let me help you. This is how it is." And they're sending me emails and keeping me up to date. And I just really appreciate that about you guys. I think you're pretty awesome. You guys fit in really well with our chats, and it looks like we're not having any problems or arguments in the chats. You guys are just getting along. It's like we have similar people. It's funny.
So what you're saying is that there with LawTube sucks.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that my chat's the best, and like my chat has been awesome. But like these people who came in from the Hales channel, they're also awesome, and it's great because sometimes you don't know how those two different audiences are going to mix, and it looks like they're mixing in just fine and making new friends, and it's a lot of fun. And I love having you guys here. So thanks for being here, and we're we this is what we do. We cover true crime and cases that are crazy, and anything that goes nuts like this, we will absolutely be covering on all of our different channels. Mo in the deep end. Mo does a what's your news with Fry?
I call it mornings with Mo and Fry, and then nightly newsy news.
Nightly newsy news. Yes.
Yeah. So it's no politics generally, unless I can make fun of both sides, because I am a Lewis Blackian. Republican sucks and Democrats, well, they do something else. So, and libertarians can't remember where Aleppo is. So really, I mean,
I'm with you. We need a new party.
And no Mesopotamia. So I try to keep that out of there. So it's a lot of fun, interesting stories, kind of lifestyle things, and then
frankly one of my favorite things you covered was the New York fashion designer who was creating fashions on women with tape. And if you want to hear the funniest thing ever, it's Mo describing tape up the bunghole. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it has to come off sometime, and just imagine electrical tape being ripped off your
dear Lord.
You know what.
So Megan, how does a Brazilian feel?
I wouldn't know. I would never subject myself to that.
Okay,
nonsense.
Just wondering.
I wouldn't subject other people to that. They'd need like 8 people to hold me down, and the 7th person to, run in there.
I have often thought that I might want to try that, and then I actually think about it and go, yeah, no, a razor is good enough. I don't know. No, the idea of it, I've had my eyebrows waxed, and the pain from that on the upper eyelid is enough to make you want to punch somebody out. I cannot imagine that down there. No. I like how everyone's disappearing on me. Everyone's disappearing on me in the waxing chat.
No, I'm here. I'm listening. So what makes you so confident though that it's
because I've had my eyebrows waxed.
But
I'm not a moron.
But eyebrows very different.
Have you had anything waxed?
Okay, expert, you get a manzillion first, and we'll listen to you.
Megan, what do you think?
You go for the manzillion, and then we'll talk. Have you done it? You've actually done it.
I'm like a dolphin, so you don't know what you know until you try it.
Oh God!
You go to a bar and you it's something. It takes a lot of practice for you. What?
Wait, happening? There's a video you have just reminded me of that I need to show you. Oh yeah, you're like a dolphin. Well, I've got one. One that's hilarious.
No. Flipper is the only dolphin I know. But I'll tell you what, it's like you go to a bar and then one night you realize that you're really hungry and you're like, God, I'm gonna get something here. And you get like chicken wings. You're like, it's just chicken, but they're really, really good. And you write it off. You think, oh, maybe it's just because I was out at a bar. then it happens again. You eat the same thing. You're like, guys, these are good. And then you realize that bar food is phenomenal and it's its own subcategory. It's different than the restaurant food.
How does
just
this,
wondering, that's
how
how,
does this link to Brazilians?
I found that.
waxing your
I found
eyebrows
it. So
is
like a
not restaurant
dolphin-
food compared to
like a
waxing
dolphin.
your
He says,
Brazilian.
"I know exactly what kind of dolphin he is. Yep, like this one right here,
He's a
right here.
dolphin.
That's every
Poor
dog
wife.
I've ever owned.
Your poor wife. This is the expert all the time. This." Can you imagine going to swim with dolphins and this is your experience?
And I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to figure out.
I have
if
3
me.
little boys. I can imagine. Yeah.
Oh dear.
never mind.
Oh, this is so funny. This poor girl. This guy is
Well,
trying to save her. It's not working. It's
Did
not
she
working.
voluntarily go where this dolphin is?
I guess they're
Yeah,
swimming
probably.
with dolphins.
Well, then she gets.
probably
it.
paid a lot of
I don't
money for
volunteer
swimming with
to
the
like go into a
dolphins.
Shark Tank.
I guarantee you she paid tons of money for this experience.
Well, there are things called. Donkeys need shows. That's all I can say. Speaking of that, I was watching Donkey Kong.
And imagine the power behind this thing too. I mean, this is like how much do these things weigh? And I mean, that
Couple hundred pounds.
that bottlenose is coming at you. It's like, excuse me, excuse you, sir, excuse you.
And you notice the cameraman just stays back there and
Notice the
The cameraman's
husband
enjoying the hell out of it.
not even
he's one of the cameras.
He's kind of trying, but he's like holding her up for inspection. Like,
To be fair, I'd be laughing so hard I couldn't render aid. I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm drowning. I am
think these
drowning
people-
from
I think we're
laughing.
watching
Don't
some
help the
sort of
woman getting
kink.
assaulted by a dolphin. I am dying."
oh, assaulted by dolphins is a whole
But they aren't
thing.
swimming away from it.
This is also true. This is also true.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
are
think
also-
about the other side because they're not panicking. I mean, if this were a shark, they would not be this laid back.
I don't know. I would be freaked out. I'd be out of there. I don't.
Dolphins have teeth. I'd be like, no.
They do.
Yeah.
They do
First
have
of all, there's
teeth.
a reason
They
I
have
don't go in
lots
the
of
water.
teeth.
They have teeth and they can actually get aggressive.
Yeah,
So
he's
like if a
nipping
dolphin,
her.
I know if a dolphin is doing this to me, I'm out of there. I'm screaming for help and I'm getting out of there because that's not okay. No.
Do you ever go out in the
Consent
wild and hope
means
to see a
something.
bear so you can go hug it? So I'm not going in the water to go play with a dolphin.
Right. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, dolphins are known to be frisky. Don't
go
They're
around
known
wildlife
to
in
be,
their natural
they're known to
territory.
be rapists, actually.
Yes.
Pretty brutal rapists. And
Whoever
if
thought
you're
that's what
if
you're gonna
you're
grow up and learn
if
about?
you're in the water and you have any holes, you better be careful around dolphins because they're not kidding.
That's why the electrical tape. See, we circled it right on back. We Jim-Sackied it right on back,
Exactly.
and that's why I use electric.
That's where the
duct
electrical
tape.
tape would come in handy. You can just tape it up and be safe from dolphin assault.
That's how we should market it. I mean, honestly.
Where did we go in this stream? What is happening? I don't.
All
It's
of the
because the
things.
expert
It's
is here.
'cause experts here.
It's
I am
because
being
he's here.
quiet. I am being shockingly quiet.
It's because you're here
Shockingly.
that this is happening.
No,
You
I'm
know,
at the
all
point now
the
where
derailing.
I'm watching Megan thinking, I wonder.
Oh no!
Never mind.
What now? What
Nothing,
now?
Nothing.
I'm not
We'll learn later.
answering. I'm not answering any more of your questions.
I haven't asked a question, I don't think. Have I?
Yeah. What? We were
Did I
just
ask a-
talking about. You were just asking me about Brazilians. That's quite a question.
No, that was
sir.
an opinion. That's
I
an
have
opinion about how your
objection,
experience was.
Objection. Grounds.
Objection.
So when you write a Yelp review, you're being questioned? I don't think so. You're just answering your own experience.
I miss the memes from the Kowalski trial. I'm getting nostalgic looking
That
at
dog
them.
had 2 different colored eyes. Look at that.
Did he? Does he?
And one green and one like yellow.
Yellow? Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I was like, I'm
I don't
done
know.
until I said yellow, and then you said that.
I miss Dumpster Jesus though. I miss sweet baby Dumpster Jesus.
That's not where Jesus is supposed to go.
No. Mm-mm. No, but that's where they threw him at J Hatch, right in the
Was that
dumpster.
Ann Hesh? Was Anne Hesh throwing
No,
Jesus
this
away?
was an expert witness.
No,
This
I'm
was
right
one.
here.
No,
I did
this
not
was-
throw Jesus away.
this
I
was
know
one of
Jesus
the
Christ can hit a
witnesses.
curveball.
This was a DCF investigator. She had
Jesus?
demons. She had demons
her?
inside of
Oh.
her. See, look at the demon coming out of her.
Trust me, I can see it.
Can't you see it? It was-
Yeah.
Did anybody throw holy water on her? Because I know I
Should've
just couldn't
tried.
stop.
We
It's
said
like in,
that should happen, but it
It's like in
didn't.
The Devil's Advocate when they like their face just transforms into a demon.
I love this meme so much. This one was so good. Oh man, I missed the Kowalski trial. I do.
I gotta say, I'm really impressed. This is the first time I've ever heard of it. So
What? They won a
I know Ted
groundbreaking
Kaczynski.
$261 million judgment against Johns
Is this the
Hopkins
hospital
All
in
Children's.
Florida?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I did actually miss
Yes.
that. I did actually miss that. I was supposed to do something with that with a friend of mine, and yeah. I did.
All right.
It just
Well,
it boggles the mind how DCF has not done anything with this child.
I'm so glad you said boggles the mind and followed that up with not talking about me.
All right, listen, we've been sitting here for almost 2 hours, and we have a thing that we do here on this channel.
Do squats!
And that means you have to get up and do your squats for 1 minute and 22 seconds. Expert, if you don't have any,
No way,
if you don't have
dude.
any pants on, I suggest you turn your camera off. We're doing squats for 1 minute and 22 seconds. Go.
You impose fatness on you. You did it by going, oh, I want the butter on the popcorn. Oh, I want the butter on the ice cream. Oh, I want the butter on the sandwich. Oh, I want the butter on the salad. Stop eating butter.
Can you just get up, walk 1 mile?
Do squats!
Walk farther. And if you can't walk, crawl, roll, get dragged by a goddamn forklift. Whatever is wrong with you, just move. Ever. Get off the chair, get off the couch. No one is coming to service you while you sink into that furniture, while you become one with the pleather your poor ass got on that Walmart couch. Can you try not floating into sadness? Stop eating, stop drinking, start walking, start doing anything that you haven't been doing, you fat piece of shit.
Oh, it's always good to hear from Nick Ricada to get us motivated.
I messed up one day, like a week or so ago, watching one of your streams. I had the kids in the car when you did the squats.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh god, they were hilarious. They were laughing. They were like, "Oh my god!" They're like, "We want to hear the fat."
We want to hear the fat shaming.
She wanted to hear it again and again. I was like, "No."
Oh, he's the best. I've got other
That's
ones
it.
too.
I'm bringing that along with my doctor now. Like, you could have lost 30 pounds this month. Don't eat no carb. Carb in that. That's not protein. I just need that. Like, I need a Guardian ad snack'em if I could get one.
Just to slap food out of your hand.
Yeah. That's a legal thing, right?
I guess.
Yes,
I think
yes, they have those.
you can pay anyone to do anything.
Can you?
I think so. I'm sure you
They're
already
on
know
Bakers
that.
For sale. I have 2 friends for sale. Has anybody heard from Richard Simmons lately?
Yeah, he's decided to become a recluse, and everyone should just leave him alone because he's done. He's done with all.
I
y'all.
think now's the time to reach out to him. I would love.
He did. There's a whole documentary trying to stalk him and make him talk again, and I think it was really kind of mean.
But
Like,
none of those
leaving him
people are
alone.
named Megan Fox.
I'm not going after Richard Simmons. The guy wants a break. He deserves a break.
Well,
He's
I
just-
see. I want to talk to him though, and I want you to do the work.
No. If you want to talk to him, you go stalk him.
I forget. I would send an email and forget to look, and like 2 months later, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'd love to come out. I'm really depressed. You changed my life." I'm like, "Yes," and then he'd be like, bring some like, "What's your favorite music from the 50s and 60s?" And I'd be like, "Oh, dude, I forgot I emailed this guy."
Look, here's the thing. Oh, look who's here. We can now ask Valhalla the things we wanted to ask him. What was it again?
Oh, thank God, man. Thank you. I've had to carry this whole show. Dude, this is not just ASMR, man. You told me that like it would be fine. I could get a nap in. I was sitting here, man. I was like, this is great. This is gonna be greater than being on MGs. You know, I'm gonna sleep like a baby.
You told him that he could get a nap in?
Yeah, he said it's ASMR. I asked you what your channel was about, and you didn't know. So Valhalla, he's a good person. He says it's mostly an ASMR channel expert.
I know, you know damn well what my channel is about, you big liar. You.
I mean, Legos.
Well, it's Legos and boobs. I mean, what
now
more
we do
do
have
you want?
Well, you know, once I found that out, you notice where I am, right? Right here in the middle. So, Megan, do you have more than one shirt, or do you just rotate?
I rotate. I don't have very many. I need some more. I need to get on
What
the
type of
ball.
laundry detergent do you use? I think people in the
good
chat want to know
Lord.
that.
What the hell is wrong with you? It's not Gain. It's not Gain. I use the expensive stuff. I use Tide.
Tide is the nasty stuff. Oh no!
I like Tide.
Oh, no.
You eat Tide. You don't wash with it.
Yes, you eat the Tide.
What?
The Tide Pods.
Do not eat Tide Pods. Children,
I know, because you
do
want
not
to wash
listen
your
to-
clothes and my food.
Do not listen to these people. Do not eat Tide. It's
You
very
wash
bad
clothes
for
and
you.
food and think they're clean.
I'm so confused right now. I can't even.
I don't know why you're eating Tide Pods.
I'm
The
not
internet
eating Tide
told me to do it. The internet's never wrong.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
Is
Debbie
just started
Vaughn says,
thinking.
"I miss the boob cam." Well, I don't know.
right?
We're
There's one of those.
well, yeah. I had the Lego cam on earlier.
We got in
But
trouble.
I'm finished. I'm finished with the. Well, here's the boob cam. But I'm finished with the Lego project I was working on, which is the
Well,
finger
then tear it
tree.
down, build it
That's so
again.
good.
See,
It's so good.
It's the
I
finger
like
tree.
it.
The
It's so
finger
good.
fence.
See,
Yeah.
I knew Valhalla couldn't stay away with that camera. An expert's going to be here. See, normally the boob window is for Friday Night Live, but since expert doesn't have that on anymore,
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if Megan would fit in.
On I don't do
I
Friday
don't know.
nights.
Man, see, I didn't think so.
I don't do Friday
May
nights.
not be enough room.
I may show up for Jeff's Friday night, but Griftathon only for a little bit. But on Friday night, I have family stuff. You guys know I don't
Mine's
work on the weekend.
better.
I don't work on the weekend, and
That's
I don't
why
work
I'm
on Friday
very
night.
honored you hung out with us Saturday night.
Yeah, for
Well,
someone who doesn't do things,
It was a
you did
special
it.
occasion because my husband was busy with schoolwork, and I was
And
just
you
laying
met
around
me.
in bed. So
You were laying around in bed. You met me. That's
Yes, that's true. It
We'll
is
always
also
share
weird.
that.
Also weird that I
Like,
met
some people
I met
always
the
have
expert
parents.
in
We'll
bed.
always- there you go.
Don't start that
do you have a
rumor.
Teesprings? Do
I
you
am
have
a
a
married
Teesprings?
woman.
Oh no.
A teespring.
That's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's my new sticker.
What's
It's on
your-
special this month. I met Megan Fox in bed.
Oh,
I met
for fuck's sake.
I met Megan Fox in her bed.
Oh God! For okay, so speaking of,
She told me her nickname.
Teespring. You guys have to get over there and get some merch. Oh, for
my
fuck's sake!
gosh.
I've got all kinds of
need
stuff over
that.
there. I also have a fun one. I like this one. Sorry for having
Ooh.
great tits and correct opinions on everything. I know you guys need that. You guys
I
want
like
that mug.
I like that a lot, actually.
I know it's
I like
funny.
That's good.
So is that your logo? The Fox?
It's just on the mugs and the t-shirts. But it's
So are you a Foxy lady?
Linux Charms drew that for me. She is really talented. She's in the chat. I don't know if she's here today, but she did all of the artwork for that, and it was a hilarious conversation while we were creating that. It was so funny. It went through many different stages, and it cracked us off.
Okay,
All right,
that's-
are you making now? What are you? You're opening packages on stream directly in the microphone, Valhalla? Is that how
Oh
we're
my
doing it
gosh.
today?
Jeez.
Is that what we're doing?
I'm the worst person alive. I apologize.
You know, I'm going to get yelled at for all the paper crinkling in the microphone. They're going to say that I did it and it was really you. I see how
that's-
this works.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here just to sabotage for the trolls on Twitter. That's what I'm here for.
Of course. Jill Ems says Jif is a cleaning agent in Australia. Well, see, yeah.
There's a peanut butter here.
Jill M says Jif is a cleaning product in Australia. Thank
George
you.
Washington Carver invented it.
MNHS06 says the expert is a great guest.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yep. Great at derailing everything. Jill M's, thanks for the super chat. Says, I love that
didn't know we were
Lynette
on this.
said he's making money off me. They've been doing YouTube some longer than 2 years. Yeah, right.
They make less off of her stuff than
A lot less
anything else.
because people don't like the drama. AI Henderson, thanks for the super chat. Says, correction, Attorney Feather needed 15 minutes to ask questions the two witnesses in the courtroom. Actually, I think he was saying I need 15 minutes to cross-examine Lynette. And since the judge wouldn't let him do that, he said, well, then can I please do these two witnesses because they haven't been, they're waiting all day.
Exactly. He wanted 15 minutes to do cross and then maybe call a couple of witnesses. He figured 30 minutes total, maybe call two more witnesses or his client and do legal arguments.
Right. Bad Duck, thanks for the super chat. Says, Mark Feathers. Yep. Mark Feather is not a liked person in this story. Tracy Fagan, thanks for the super chat, says they told the judge it was on Zoom. Right. So how is he saying, well, we didn't know it was on camera? You literally knew in the last hearing they were going to do it on Zoom. Welcome to the Fox Den Vince Chlortho. It's weird in here today. Just warning you. Teresa Finn, thanks for the super chat, says you guys are stuck with me. You're stuck with all my weirdness and quirks. Well, you're stuck here with our weirdness too, including all the Brazilians and the electrical tape stories. Liz Bird, thanks for the super chat, says Dave
showed up.
We're not stuck with you. You're stuck with us.
Yeah.
Is it Cinco de Mayo?
What?
No, that's in May.
The Brazilians showed up. Where are we going to watch the parades?
Here we go.
Carnival, yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to have to mute him, aren't I? Dave dropped video. Clayton thinks media covering. Oh, Clayton thanks the media covering it. Ah, great. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Dave Neal. I'll have to check out his new video. Kelly Breidenbaugh, thanks for the super chat. Says, I've appreciated your coverage and all the coverage by all. My law channels have grown and in a good way. Thank you. I'm so glad. Kathy Bates, thanks for the 20. Check out Peter the Dolphin and Margaret's story. Uh-oh. That sounds like a rabbit hole I might not want to go down. Rogue Mama, thanks for the super
Peter
chat.
Kane?
Meme in locals. Okay, I'll check locals. Claire Kershaw, thanks for the super chat, says, one good thing that has come from this case, what the Hales fans found you guys. I, for one, am very grateful for that. Well, so am I, because I think that we're all a good fit for each other. I'm checking locals.
It's a good little mix up. I like it.
Oh man, oh boy, we've got Jesus in a dumpster and Turtle Purgatory together. Oh, this is so good. Oh, we don't dumpster dive for food to feed our daughter, just our turtles, and then there's Jesus in the dumpster. Locals, way to combine the memes.
We're crossing the streams.
Blasphemer.
This is so great because I really do miss the Kowalski memes and stuff because they were so epic, and it's like we need more. We need more memes, folks, more memes. So meganfox.locals.com. That's where all the memes are, where the meme farmers are, and they are so funny.
Didn't they file a new motion for sanctions in the Kowalski case the other day?
They did, and I did go through it. I did, didn't I? I feel like I went through it. Maybe I didn't.
I don't know.
Did I?
I'll have to go. I've got to go find that on the court clerk's website.
Yeah, it's there. I did go. I'm pretty sure I went through it, although now I'm having trouble remembering. Okay.
Those
of you who know
I'm
about
not rubbing
Rumble,
on anybody.
I didn't say rubbing. I said rumble.
No, MG did.
I said experts rubbing off on you.
I am not. What'd I do?
What? He's not anywhere
don't
near
say no.
me. Stop it.
What's happening? Am I not supposed to say no?
You guys are starting rumors that are just going to be terrible for me. So
I was just trying to reply back to someone who said something very sweet in the chat.
Hey, we didn't say he's trying to dolphin you.
Oh my God.
What?
True.
Hold on, you got in the
Now-
water?
When I say as Mo that I'm aiming for purgatory, I would like to specify I am not aiming for turtle purgatory. Just as the world's worst Christian, I would like to put that out there. As Lie Better Net, my turtle sanctuary is beautiful, and we do not dumpster dive. We buy and dumpster dive. Morons, read the sentence before the sentence when I just said the opposite thing.
I'm bringing up the Rumble chat because there's a Rumble rant in there. Johnny Rub 84 sends $1 for boob cam. Listen, sir, it's going to take more than $1. Okay, I have some standards. $1
doesn't even pay for the starch for that shirt.
Hey,
that
send
shirt
me
needs some starch, man.
$25.
Keep everything in place.
And you won't
And
see
Locals
what
is coming
happens
through
to
again.
boobs
Megan
after 6
Fox
kids.
planning her boobs in brick stream. Nice.
Dibs
Nice.
on first guest.
Nice. Oh, all right. Where
But you're
are we
going
at?
over to Valhalla's, aren't you?
I am. Well, no, MLS, I think. MLS.
It's actually Valhalla, and then MLS he has more lights.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's what Valhalla told me that.
Oh, and actually, this Saturday we're having What the Hales. Jeremy and George are coming on for Lego stream.
Are they?
They are.
Oh, that's so
9
fun.
p.m.
What are they going to build?
I don't know yet. We just they just confirmed last night. Haven't had a chance to get back with them yet. And see
Yeah,
what
they thought they don't have anything else going on right now, so they're so excited. They're spending a lot of time thinking about it and checking the different Walmarts and Targets and stuff to see who has the best selection.
I bet you they found a few Lego sets in those storage lockers.
I'm sure they.
All right, I've got a hard out at 2:00.
Extra
I'm glad you said out.
You got
And
hard what?
a hard out at 2:00.
Giggity.
What time is it?
Phrasing.
And it's 1:17. So we have to keep going on this boring ass trial hearing or whatever the hell this is supposed to be.
While we're talking about your need to redepose an individual who midstream during trial, who your co-counsel only needed 15 minutes to call 2 witnesses, possibly his own client, argue the case and cross-examine. So that would leave, I'll be generous, leave maybe 10 of those 15 minutes to cross-examine.
He's
Has now
such an
taken
ass.
several hours of deposition. You have as his co-counsel. It's not complete. It's now broadcast. Do you agree that it's been broadcast on your client's YouTube channel?
I think I've seen a portion of it, yes.
Okay, well, let's talk about then whether the deposition in video format was in conformity with 12310B4.
None of it matters. It was waived.
You've safeguarded the videotape, and clearly the language of videotape is now.
If the court released it in that format, that's an acceptable format.
Well, my client, I gave it to my client, obviously. Sorry, you turn this on.
Okay, so the rule as I read it, correct me if I'm wrong, the attorney for the party must take custody and must safeguard it. So sharing it with your client, obviously,
This is not
do that to get
safeguarding
him
issues.
proceed. Not a problem there. What did you do to safeguard to assure that your client, who testified or has made it clear to this court that his I don't know if it's his main
This
source of
judge has
income or
no
source of
idea what
income is
safeguarding
monetized?
is.
No, would you like to define safeguarding, please?
Well,
for the
safeguarding
chat?
is protecting and preserving it so that it's not allowing it to be destroyed, so that if it has to be used as evidence at trial or another party wants to have access to it, you can do that. It's not about keeping it from
It's
being
not
disseminated.
hiding it. It's not hiding it from the public.
He's
And
a
it really-
law professor.
No, well, he's a bad one because he
Obviously.
misinterprets the law constantly, and he doesn't know what safeguarding means. Safeguarding has nothing to do with whatever the hell he's talking
What
about.
Shaka should have said, well, Judge, I've safeguarded it. If you want a copy of it, I can provide you the full copy of the full unredacted copy right now if you want. That's what because that's what safeguarding is. I've protected and preserved it.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do it. He didn't push back at all.
Yeah, probably because he knows this judge, and he knows that when you push back against him, things just get worse. This
Sometimes
judge
you have to do it though, because then the bias will truly come out.
Yeah, also true. Also true.
YouTube videos, that's what's contained in the underlying this entire case, and you hand it to him.
I haven't seen Richard
And
Dreyfuss
are you
this
on
mad
notice
since he
that
was
your
arguing about sharks.
Baby steps, Bob. Baby steps.
Somebody said in the chat today that he looks like Gargamel from the Smurfs.
He does.
He's
Gallagher on
Gallagher.
his lap.
He's old Gallagher.
Oh, there's just so many possibilities here.
Counsel has already, in violation of the Supreme Court order on no prohibition against dissemination, and in violation of our Chief Judge's Eighth Circuit order, prohibition against dissemination
Of
despite
confidential
attesting to that
information.
fact. Your client has now monetized the posting of unredacted court proceedings from 11/29.
Hey, so have I. Hey, so have I, Judge.
Come after
By
me,
the
Judge.
way,
Come get me.
Judge,
Come at
I
me,
just
bro.
want to let you know, Judge DeThomasis, my name is Megan Fox. I live in New
Not
York.
that one. Not that one.
You want to come? You want to send the sheriff after me because I have monetized your public court hearings on my channel too. I turned that little green button on. Oh yes, sir. I'm 17 or 18,000 people have seen it, and I'm making money on it. What are you going to do about it? You have something you want to do about that? You want to send the sheriff to my house for putting a public hearing on the internet? I would love to see you try. I'm going to do hearing 2. I just put up hearing 2 on my channel. I'm going to do hearing 3 and 4 and 5 after we go through them all, and they're going to be up on my channel completely uninterrupted just because it pisses you off. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, there's no sensitive information being broadcast in those hearings.
Of course not.
And they're public record because it's from the court. Sorry.
It's on the record. It's on the record between 2 adults. There are no children involved in this. It is not a family court case. There are no minors involved. There's no confidential information involved. It's all on the record. I mean, what are you going to do, Judge? Maybe I'll
let her do that.
Maybe I'll write an article too, and then attach the video in the article, and that way it has even wider distribution. You know, like what is his problem?
And that's the thing is he went after, Shockett got in trouble with the chief judge in that district for this, for providing the unredacted version. And he didn't even fight back and say, Judge, there's no difference between the unredacted version and the redacted version. We requested both from the court. There's no difference.
There's no
because
difference.
there's nothing to be taken. There's nothing to be redacted.
Literally nothing. He's just pissed that he's being made fun of, that Lynette made herself look like an ass and by default made him look like an ass too, because he's giving her so much deference that he should not give her, allowing her to interrupt him all the time. And we can all see that. We can all see that he has no control over his courtroom and he misrepresents the law and he's a total moron. It's just sorry that you are the way that you are and now we all see you, but there's nothing you can do about it, sir. Like, stop. With your,
I don't see it like that.
No, how do you see it?
I think he's been a professor for a long time. Let's face it, he graduated college. He took an extremely hard test to get accepted into law school. Took another test to practice law. Went on to become a professor. He's coming to the end of his career. He was trying to be a judge. I think he's here at this point where he's trying to leave a mark. He doesn't want to be forgotten. I think sometimes he wakes up and he thinks, in a few years, I may not be here and nobody will know I ever existed. I think he's trying to, he doesn't care if he doesn't care how he's, Mo, Larry, and Curly are not known for their academic prowess, but yet we all know who they are.
This is that guy. He is that guy. He wants to leave a mark for sure. But he's doing it. He's leaving a mark, all right.
That's why he doesn't stop talking. He's hoping that he'll ramble into a word that'll become a catch or a meme or something. And think about what's it? The chocolate rain guy. Everybody's seen that. Everybody has seen the cat with the pancake on its head. It's stuff like that. He doesn't care. I mean, wouldn't you love to be like a huge famous meme? You're always Star Wars kid. Look at him. He's always going to be remembered. And they've touched that shiny light that so many people aspire to and never make it.
Well, that's what we need to do then. We just need to come up with really good memes so that he's around forever.
There you go.
We have Lico Village.
I'm looking
and a Lico Village, yes.
So I saw a short.
We need a Lego court chamber.
Oh,
the courtroom.
I have that.
I think a chamber pot. I think. Sorry.
No, I have a Lego courtroom. Have you not seen it? Wait, hold on.
I've never heard of your channel before. You didn't even know what it was
about. Okay. All right.
You did say that too.
All right. So this is my courthouse.
Well, look at that. That's cute. Is that a hippopotamus?
It has security. No, where's my cop? Wait, the cop.
I'm trying to figure out. Is that a hippopotamus there? That flag is
a hippopotamus. hippopotamus.
On the
Oh, that's
seal?
a shield. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. So there's security. You got to go through and show your bag and everything. And then, they search you. And then you go into the courtroom and you got, oops, the cop just fell over. You got media.
Too many donuts.
Too many donuts.
Here's the media. Here's the media with the camera. See, here's the media with the camera. We've got the attorney standing up objecting. We've got
The attorney has nice hair. They always do.
microphone. We've got the judge who has a tuft, Judge Tuft, the tuft of justice. He's got a computer. There's the jury over there underneath the flag. Then there's a witness on the stand. You see, we have a courtroom.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that flag does not have a gold fringe. That's
I mentioned that the other day.
I know.
That's top notch.
I'm still looking for the gold fringe. I can't find the gold fringe.
Yeah,
so,
how are we supposed to know that we're in
sue
maritime
me.
court and admiralty law if we don't have a gold fringe?
So sue me.
I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed. Have you thought about sending that to the court down there? Like, what if he got fan mail? Like, I wouldn't say do it during this because we, this is very
judges anything. They will turn it into a threat. Don't send judges anything.
Don't do that.
Never, ever, ever send a judge anything. Never.
Anything you ever send a judge will become
love.
part of the public record, y'all.
Now,
Except Judge Ito had all those hourglasses.
Well,
I
that was a
sent
different time.
I sent the entire 8th Circuit a press inquiry. Should we read it? Do you want to read it?
Yes. Why not? We're not going to do anything else in the next 33 minutes.
No, we're not.
We talked about Brazilians. We talked about tanning. We talked about Legos. We talked about
because I have a new article that's coming out about the 8th Circuit and they're covering up for the tanning salon perv. And
perv. Oh, sorry. I think you said curve at first, and I was getting ready to freak out. Are you really telling me you're writing about the tanning beds? But then I realized it's something really bad. I apologize. I got excited and it was taken away from me. It's like being handed licorice.
Do you know about the tanning salon perv?
There's a lot of them. Like about every tanning salon.
I mean, do you know about the one? Do you know about the expert? Do you know about? Shut your mouth. Listen. Do you know about the tanning salon perv that is in the 8th Circuit in Levy County?
Whatever I know is not going to be as titillating as what you can tell me. Because the way you put meaning into words, I am on the edge of my seat.
Oh Lord!
To tell me, Megan.
This guy. Who introduced me to this guy? All right, let's see.
Sorry,
was that you? He's uncontrollable. He's uncontrollable.
You see why it takes like 2 months for me to go through a trial.
Let me explain to you with Legos. All right, shut up and listen. In 2014, a prosecutor with the 8th District in Florida, Levy County, took a trip to the tanning salon. Actually, he was in Alachua County. Alachua? I don't know how they say it down there.
Alachua.
Alachua? What? Who the hell
so.
names a county Alachua? I don't know.
Native name.
All right, so he checked
American.
into the desk. He checked in at the desk, and he went to tanning booth 3. So, and his name, by the way, was William Wretched Ezel. Ezel. I don't know. Shortly afterward, 51-year-old Judith Rivera came in and reserved booth number 2. Just after undressing, Ms. Rivera looked up and saw a black cell phone pointed at her, recording her from booth 3. And she screamed for help. I would like you to please note the look on her face because I had to go through a bin of Legos to find that face. And I am so proud of that face. I can't even tell you. And the tanning bed. Look at the tanning bed that I made. I mean, how amazing is that?
That's pretty good.
That is good.
The store employee confronted the prosecutor and told him that he knew what he did. Ezel, who was running out, said, "I don't know why you say that," holding a camera on a selfie stick. And he left. I don't know if he had a selfie stick or not, but he definitely was holding a camera. Police came and took statements and got Ezel's information from the clerk. Prosecutor Ezel was charged with voyeurism. What happened to Ezel? Court hearing is next. Ezel pled no contest and got probation and lost his law license, but there was a bar hearing where no less than 5 8th Circuit judges and prosecutors testified as character witnesses to get his license back, and one of them was Judge DeThomasis.
Oh, you messed up there, Judge.
We shall now move on from the Lego portion of this story because the people who got him his bar license back deserve for the public to know who they are. All the quotes were taken from the court docs, which were paraphrased by the stenographer. Judge DeThomasis said, Ezel is a very valuable asset and is highly respected. A 90-day suspension is appropriate. He's on the ethics committee. I don't think this is necessarily a black eye on the legal profession.
It is.
Yeah. Let's spoiler.
You're
It
wrong.
is.
No, it's not.
Sitting Judge David Crater, who is still sitting on the bench right now, said his professional life and his personal life are in fact very different. It was an isolated incident. Did you know that you can commit sex crimes in your personal life and get away with it?
He should be on a list.
He's not on a list.
He should be.
He's not. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's lucky
I'm doing
that
this all
the
wrong, apparently.
woman's husband wasn't there.
What? What is that? What?
What? What did I miss?
I'm not repeating that.
What? What did I miss?
MG said something funny.
Oh,
it's private. You know, this private stuff is separate from my life as an attorney. I'm doing it all wrong.
I know. Apparently, you can commit sex crimes on your own time and keep your law license. Look at this guy, Omar Hechavarria, who's the division chief of crimes against women, and he still is today, said Ezel is highly respected by other attorneys. Crimes against women, this guy. That's his job, crimes against women. Then we have this guy, Senior Judge Bo Byer, who's still a sitting judge, says Ezel is extremely bright and diligent. Give him a second chance. Judge James Kolaw, still on the bench, says Ezel is one of the finest attorneys in the state. Can you imagine what the least fine attorneys are like? Can you imagine what the shitty attorneys in the state are like? If the finest attorney, if the finest attorneys are creeping on women in tanning salons, what are the shitty ones like? He says, I have no concerns.
Judge in Levy County.
Yeah, I have no concerns with him being reinstated, he said. Judge James Kolaw. Then we have Judge James P. Nyland, who says Ezel should not be lumped in with other bad apple attorneys. Really?
Did you say his name was Peen Island?
No, Nyland.
Dude. Oh, that's Epstein. That's Epstein.
Peen Island. Yes, Judge James Peen Island.
Oh my God.
I did not say that, by the way. I want everybody the chat is here to back me up. I did not derail that. Okay, that was not me.
He said Ezel should not be lumped in with other bad apple attorneys. He's professional and appropriate. Well, except for when he's, getting off in a tanning salon. But other than that, he's very professional and appropriate. And I'm interested to ask Judge Nyland, who are the bad apple attorneys that you're comparing him to and that you think he shouldn't be lumped in with? What the hell did they do? And are they still attorneys? State Attorney William Cervone said this was an incident that occurred during his personal time and was not related to his professional life. Do you guys see a pattern here?
I see lots of patterns, and they all involve dirty judges and
Which
corrupt
means they probably have the same
covering for each
skeletons
other.
in their closet. Where else are they going to get their voyeur videos from? That's why they're.
This was one of my
The
favorites.
guy's a prosecutor, right? He's got all the evidence.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
a
the keys to
prosecutor.
the evidence locker.
Oh, yeah. Judge Browning, he's dead, but he one of his statements was the funniest. He knows how to make women and children feel comfortable.
That's not good. That's not good.
He really said that. He
That's
really
predator
said that.
vibes.
He really said that. He's so, in other words, he's a good groomer. He's very good at
That's
grooming.
exactly it.
This woman was Chief Assistant State Attorney Jean Singer. I don't know if she's still there or if she's retired, but look what she said. And she won an award. She's holding an award in this picture for the work that she did with victims.
I thought that was a bass fishing award.
No, it's for victims that she supposedly helped. She said this matter happened during Ezel's personal time, and this was not a professional mistake that would affect verdicts or jeopardize the prosecution of cases and victims' rights. Well, except for his victim. We don't give a shit about her. We don't have any shits to give for his victim. By the way, William Ezel is still working. He works at Scruggs, Carmichael, and Wershaw. He is a defense attorney. He only had a 90-day suspension, and he is free to practice.
That's him?
Yeah, that's him. That's the
That's the
perv.
best picture. That was his. Go in with your best suit, your best tie,
picture.
and
That
get
was
a
it.
really good haircut before the night before, and that's what he looks like. Well, I'll tell you one thing. He needs to be out in the sun or something because that skin. Oh my gosh, he looks sick. Yeah, he that's not a very good look. He has no neck.
I can see why he has to film women without their knowledge.
Unbelievably.
Mo, you wouldn't be excited if he came to you at Walmart and said, "Hey, baby, how you doing? I'm a prosecutor."
Unbelievably, his wife is still with him, and his wife has an interesting thing. His wife is connected to the governor of Florida, by the way.
Oh, I swear, I was hoping.
Oh
you were gonna
God,
say
did
pole
she give
dancing
him
at
the
chur-
boots? Did she give him the boots?
No, they're
Damn
still
it.
together. And Ron
No, I mean,
DeSantis.
did she give Ron DeSantis the boots? Was she the one that was like, wear the high heels? Wear the high heels?
Those boots. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how he knows her, but he appointed her to a position that she wasn't qualified for, and she couldn't even start it. It was some high-powered board, and the people freaked out, and they wrote letters and said, no, she can't be on this board because she doesn't have the proper residency requirements, and so she never even started. But I want to know how he's so connected, because not only does Ron DeSantis care about the Hale family, but ex-Governor Rick Scott personally sealed all of the criminal records through an executive order. So I sent a little present to the 8th Circuit the other day. I think I sent it on Saturday. It was a press inquiry.
He does look like Biff from Back to the Future.
He does look like Biff. He does.
Good call, Cody.
He does. So here, I'm going to copy this and paste it into a Google document so I can bring it up, because I don't want to share my email on screen again, because that's horrifying.
No harm in that.
Oh, not going to do that again, because I had to kill a stream and then I got too lazy to repost it. So it's just dead. It's gone.
Just sitting there.
It's just gone forever. It's never coming back. Just, deal with it. All right, here we go. Here is the press inquiry that I sent to the 8th Circuit, to the media contact. I'm a reporter working under deadline. I would appreciate a response as soon as possible. Any response given after publishing can and will be added as an update or incorporated into a follow-up article. And I will be publishing this article. It's already written. I'll be publishing it sometime today. I'm investigating the voyeurism crime committed by former 8th Circuit prosecutor William Hale. Judge DeThomasis, Judge Crater, Judge Beyer, Judge Kolaw, and Judge Nylon, and the late Judge Browning all testified in person for Hale at his bar hearing attached in front of the Florida Supreme Court. Each of these sitting judges advocated for a sex pervert to keep his bar license, and they were successful. Further, several prosecutors, including William Cervone, Gene Singer, Omar Hechevarria, Lua Lepianca, and court clerk J.K. Irby were also at that hearing, speaking on behalf of a peeping Tom over the victim who was not represented or considered by the bar. I have a few questions. William Hale admitted that he did this crime. Why did Judge DeThomasis suggest that pleading no contest in this case didn't indicate guilt when Hale confessed and blamed it on anxiety and fear of his wife? Number 2.
How scary does your wife have to be that you're going to go film some other chick?
She's a dermatologist, and he says that it was like a panic attack, that he was in a tanning salon and he knew she would be mad at him for being there. So, of course, the only remedy for the panic attack was to pull out a cell phone and film a naked woman.
Is his wife Dr. Pimple Popper? Because I like her.
That's really the story he went with?
Yeah, that's really the story that his psychologist gave to the bar.
His story.
Wow.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
literally
Mr.
in the
Mo's
bar
afraid of me,
documents.
but I don't think he's ever, filmed someone.
Wait, saying if I'm afraid of my wife, I can film other people?
Apparently. And if you have anxiety,
Hey, honey.
if you have anxiety, you can film naked women in tanning salons, because that's it helps your anxiety. Apparently, all those therapists out there teaching you all how to do breathing exercises and giving you medicine for panic attacks, they've been doing it wrong. You just need to become a creepy peeping Tom, and your anxiety will just disappear. Why does Judge DeThomasis not consider filming a woman without her consent in a tanning salon as not necessarily a black eye on the legal profession? Could he comment on what he would consider a black eye on the legal profession? Omar Hechavarria is the division chief of crimes against women. Can he explain why he didn't find this crime against a woman bad enough to not stand up for the man who committed it? Moving on to the next question, Lua Lepianka, who also works in that office, also testified for Ezel. Does she have any comment on why she, an advocate for crimes against women and children, spoke on behalf of a perpetrator of a crime against a woman?
Valid question.
Next question, Judge Bo Byer told the court he wanted them to give Ezel a second chance. Does he have any comment on why he thinks a man who would commit this type of crime should be an officer of the court ever again? Next question, Judge James Kolaw said he had no concerns with him being reinstated. Can he explain why he has no concerns about a man who snuck over the wall of a tanning salon booth to film a vulnerable woman while she was getting undressed? Does he have any concerns that other women around Ezel might be in danger of his voyeuristic fetishes? Why or why not? Judge James P. Nyland said Ezel should not be lumped in with other bad apple attorneys. He is professional and appropriate. Can the judge give some examples of the bad apple attorneys he was comparing Ezel to? And why should a guy who creeps on women in a tanning salon not be lumped in with them? Also, was it professional and appropriate for Ezel to film a woman in her underwear without her knowledge? What are his thoughts on that? State Attorney William Cervone said this was an incident that occurred during his personal time and was not related to his professional life in defense of Ezel. What other crimes can defense attorneys now use this excuse with Cervone in court? Theft? Personal time? Rape? It was personal time, Your Honor. Can you get his thoughts on that for me, please? I'd like to know where in the criminal statute a crime is not a crime because it is committed on one's personal time. Please ask Mr. Cervone to provide that statute.
They're just making shit up down in Levy County. They're just doing whatever the hell they want down there.
You can't do insider trading. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Well, you can if it's on your personal time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you? I'm in the wrong business.
You are definitely in the wrong, but you need to go to Levy County.
Dealers whose business it is to deal drugs, they need to do it on their personal time and not as part of the drug business.
Not as part of their drug business.
You bring your work home.
So would they file it under taxes like a 501c3 or
no, that's
I'm
for
just asking
donations.
for a friend.
Mo. That's for donations.
Asking for a friend. Woo,
Gee,
boy,
isn't there
man, I am suffering from
rule?
vertigo. I have had yesterday. I had the worst case of vertigo.
I didn't know about that.
So I got up yesterday, and everybody knows on this channel that I have a
Your
neck
rocks
problem.
are loose.
I have a neck problem, and
Yeah, your rocks are loose.
I don't know what that means, but I put my head back to do my neck stretches.
It's a medical diagnosis.
I put my head back like this, and then I put my head back up, and the whole room was swimming for the whole day. I had to lay down all day yesterday because I have like vertigo, and now it just happened again. Damn it.
Go to the doctor and tell him that the expert said he thinks your rocks are loose.
I don't know what that means. I don't have any rocks. What are rocks?
You do in your ears.
Oh, in the ears?
Yeah, your rocks.
Are you getting an ear infection or having sinus problems?
No, it's an inner our ears.
They say it's an inner ear thing for vertigo, but I actually think this is neck related because I have this pinched nerve.
It's all connected.
All right. Anyway, next question.
My wife had it.
Next question. Next
it's
question.
terrifying.
It is terrible. It's terrible, and like
But
now
you'll
I'm
get
scared to walk
stuck.
down the
Like,
stairs.
You'll be
and
laying
stuff.
down, you'll get stuck.
Yeah, it's
You can't
bad.
get up.
It's bad.
Imagine
It-
there's
it
a
was-
fire and you couldn't get up.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's not good. I was in bed all day
Please go to
yesterday.
the
It
doctor.
wasn't good. I know. I'm
Please go to
going.
the
I'm going to.
You gonna tell them that the expert said to check your rocks?
I will. I'll tell them exactly that. If Chief Assistant State Attorney Jean Singer is still there, please
I'm
ask
trying
her
to save her
this.
life.
The same questions in number 8, because she said this matter happened during Ezel's personal time, and this was not a professional mistake that would affect verdicts or jeopardize the prosecution of cases and victims' rights. Did Ezel's victim have any rights here, or was she too worried about her personal friend Ezel to care about this particular victim? Please also ask Singer if her award for helping victims is tarnished at all by her lack of concern for Ezel's victim. Does she have any plans to return that award? Next question. Judge David Crater also said his professional life and personal life are in fact very different. It was an isolated incident. I would like to ask him all the questions in number 8. And also, how does he know that this incident was isolated? Was Ezel's phone downloaded? How does he know Ezel hasn't done this in tanning salons all over Gainesville and just wasn't caught until September of 2015?
That's a great question.
Well, I do ask good questions. It is my job. State
Tanning
Attorney
USA is out of
Cervone.
business now.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's very sad.
State Attorney Cervone appears to be involved in getting Ezel's records sealed through an executive order from Governor Rick Scott, which I have attached. Why did he do that? What's in those records that the 8th Circuit doesn't want us to see? Next question. Can Cervone explain why those records should have been sealed? Has he ever sealed another Peeping Tom's records? Did Ezel get special treatment because he was a circuit court employee? Next question. What happened to Ezel's victim? Next question. Will you unseal the records in the interest of transparency? I have contacted Governor DeSantis' office to ask him to unseal them by executive order. But in the interest of transparency, if nothing untoward happened here, can the chief judge unseal these records that should never have been sealed in the first place? Next question. What kind of operation are you people running over there? Honestly, is it a court of law or a good old boys club that protects criminals as long as they have bar licenses and lunch with the judges? This is a serious question. Where's my bomb noise? I need a. That'll have to do for now. Does anybody have this energy coming from this press inquiry?
You will pay for what you've done, and I pray that God send angels to visit vengeance
It's so
upon you.
good.
Is the chief judge aware that Judge DeThomasis thinks he's a Supreme Court justice who can decide who can have free speech and who cannot? He has violated Jeremy Hales' rights through an illegal injunction and has taken his First Amendment rights, his Second Amendment rights, and right to travel on a public road, all without hearing evidence for several months. Has the chief judge watched those hearing tapes? He should. Are any of the people I've named in this inquiry going to resign and apologize for their part in covering up and excusing the perverted and frightening crimes of William Ezel? The end.
I like it.
Write me back,
I like
bitches.
it.
I like it.
I like it.
And then I signed it
Very
like Laura,
good.
I signed it like Laura Owens. All the best.
Love you bunches.
All the best.
I'd sign off with eat a dick.
Eat a dick. Eat a bag of dicks.
Pound sand and
Oh God.
Is that everybody's salutations? Is that what you use?
What?
Sorry, never mind. I'm trying to talk less.
I don't have a real job, so
You don't have to talk
I don't
less.
Need to use salutations.
I'm a failure.
Mr. Fox is.
Well, I just think it's
texting.
awesome about Hollis signs off his name with "eat a dick."
Usually-
That's how he ends his streams.
When I
was
send-
wondering why he did that. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that's up.
When I send one of these that's especially like aggressive, I will usually sign it like all the best.
That's so good.
I learned that from Laura Owens. She's great at that. Those stalking letters, and then she signs it up. All the best. All right. Vince Clore, though, thanks for the super chat, says, when is Dingus Day? I don't know what that is, but it sounds like something William Ezel would love. Rachel McCullough says, Feathers was found guilty of contempt. He was, but they didn't fine him. So it's like the judge didn't do anything to him. Thomas Sawyer, thanks for the super chat, but the judge can settle 10 cases within an hour. He said that. 6 minutes a case, apparently, he can do. Tracy Fagan, thanks for the super chat. I would put my toothbrush on the table and push back. I agree. So would I. I would too, because I would dare him to put me in jail.
No, I don't think that was what was going on when she put that comment in there. Sorry. I saw the comment when it was original.
Oh, well, what did she mean?
Let's go to the next one. I'm sorry.
She means you bring your toothbrush to court in case the judge puts you in jail.
Push back against the
and
judge.
push
and
back
argue
against
with
the
him.
judge.
Yeah.
Doesn't she? Bad Duck says, will expert be remembered for his giant overcompensating sunglasses? Runs and hides.
These are cheap sunglasses. I'm a big fan. Huge ZZ Top fan.
yourself some cheap
Yeah,
sunglasses.
you always have cheap sunglasses.
Have you ever been on stream without sunglasses on?
Yeah.
Backstage. Not
I've been on
live.
streams.
Has anyone seen your eyeballs?
I have.
Yeah.
Would you like to see my eyeballs?
I kind of would. I don't know.
Well, you have to know me better.
Rosalind Duke, thanks to the super chat, says, OMG, I'm only 9 away from 500 subs. Thank you. Everybody go subscribe to Rosalind. She is
anything I can
hilarious.
do to help Rosalind, I would love to.
Yeah, she is hilarious. Vince Clure, though, thanks to the super chat, says, how many attorneys finish last in their class every year? They all sort of seem to gather in Levy County, Florida.
Well, you
Yeah.
have to look, how many law schools are there? And everyone that has a graduation, there's somebody in the bottom of that class.
It's true. Robert James, thanks to the super chat, says the personal time is from Clinton versus Lewinsky. Oh, that's true. That's true. That is very true. That's where that all came from. That's where it started. That's where it ended. That's where it's
Why
from.
am I not surprised?
Yeah. How many we got in here still? 2,100 of you and only 1,300 likes. I think that you can do better than that. I have. Do I have to pull out the mom shaming? Do I have to pull this chat over? Do I have to pull this chat over and shame you?
Well, it's not the mom shaming she's going to have to pull out, is it?
I'm gonna pull the chat over and get the flip flop. You're gonna get the flip flop if you don't hit the
Promise.
Now, if I have to turn around and stop this car, and if I have to stop the car, you're all gonna be in trouble if I have to stop this stream. Behave. Now put your thumbs on the like button and start clicking away, clickety click, because your thumbs are not broken. That's the only excuse that I will accept. I say hit that like button right now, or that we don't go anywhere else. We will just sit here on the side of the road and until you obey quickly. That's what mom says. Obey quickly.
Don't make us all lose out on Frosties. Damn it.
There's a lot of... You know, I went to Wendy's yesterday. The frosty machine was broken.
No.
They had vanilla. They had vanilla
McDonald's
frosty, and they had vanilla frosty. You know what I told them? I said that's not a frosty. That's some weird white
No,
stuff.
it's not. Yeah. It's not a frosty.
It's like a frozen, like bland whipped cream. It's horrible. It's like it's Cool Whip is better.
Adam says you can hit the like button with your face. That's true. You could use your nose. You can use your nose to hit the like button.
You use anything, Pointy.
Giggity.
Giggity.
Mr. Mo
just
got
a
me
tip.
Dairy
That's all it
Queen
takes.
yesterday because the only thing that sounded good was Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen's good.
So
The
big
Blizzards are
husband
good.
points.
Yeah.
Way better than a
Reese's
vanilla
peanut
frosty.
butter, the Reese's
Savages.
cup Blizzard. Good stuff.
All right. We're going back to this stupid hearing that I feel like I've watched 8,000 times.
You have 7 minutes.
I feel like I have watched it so many times already.
You do have
We have 6 minutes to hear the judge pontificate.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll give him the last 6 minutes, shall we? We'll speed him up, maybe.
That's a working girl.
Can we make him
If we
speed up
to
on
2.0?
Yes, you can do up to 2x.
He would sound like a
Dropbox.
dolphin.
on Dropbox? I can.
Yes,
yeah.
you can. Bottom
Here
left,
it
you
is.
can change the speed.
Ah, there we go.
It's fast.
Resulting in a lot
1980s VHS.
collateral problems directly caused by that. So you know that your client has previously disclosed
Oh, I like him sped up. He sounds even angrier.
unredacted videos. You know that your co-counsel was answering to the chief judge in contempt proceeding. It would have been concluded yesterday, but your co-counsel was afforded another continuance because he's
Take a breath, sir.
to appear in court. That'll happen next Monday. That's just another side note of accommodation. But that being said, in that context and in context of this rule of safeguarding the attorney's responsibility, you provide it to your client, and now you know that it's posted on YouTube.
And I'll have a discussion. I will have a discussion. And
What steps have you taken to safeguard and to limit the continued publication of the 1129 and 12.6 unredacted recordings, audio and video of this court?
I can't get an attorney-client privilege.
You don't have to answer that. Did you tell me? Have you done anything?
I have.
Sorry, sir. It's too late. They're already on the internet.
It's not safeguarding.
The internet is forever.
The internet is forever, sir.
Has it been unsuccessful?
And with Mr. Feather, although he's in the Philippines, I've had discussions about it. And
will you agree that it's been unsuccessful to date?
I would agree.
Here's the relevance of that question.
I would
The
agree.
relevance is
No,
I have to
it's been
consider that.
safeguarding.
My client is
Forever.
unwilling. My client is unwilling to bow down to the tyrant antics of this courtroom. I'm sorry, but my client is simply unwilling to limit his free speech, sir.
When you say I want to continue to depose her,
Understood, Judge. If the court so pleases either way, but I understand your ruling. If you want to overturn the ruling allowing your deposition, that's the court so pleases. That's your prerogative. I felt we
well,
need to
it's
take
not my prerogative. It's my discretion because it's granted to the court
Right.
under
Oh God, here we go. More law school lecture.
12.30 subsection.
Oh, subsection 2D.
Oh no, dear God.
Subsection FU, CK,
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
How about setting a depot that doesn't comport with and
He needs a
comply with
vacation at
12.30
Keen Island.
rendering it making it a video depot,
Snake Island.
depot rule, and then having it published on the internet. In a
Oh,
case
oh no.
Oh no.
It's on the internet.
Not
the internet.
Except there's no cyber stalking here, sir. And if you had known, if you had looked at the evidence, you would know this is not about cyber stalking. It is literally about free speech.
He should see the shit I post on the internet if he thinks that's bad.
Oh,
He doesn't
man.
want to see what I post.
And then that stuff I got a copy of before you took it down. Oh,
Please, no one show him 4chan. Like literally, don't go to 8chan, sir. You will.
Don't mention it.
You'll
Don't
have
mention
a
it.
massive
If you say it 3 times,
coronary.
it'll come real.
Don't go to Kiwi Farms. Whatever you do.
the consequences of now disclosing that video
That'd be
on
great.
YouTube, internet, bad faith, or in a manner that
I
might
love
be
the
considered
farms.
unreasonably
I love them.
annoying or unreasonably embarrassing or oppressing to the opponent.
Don't go.
So I haven't denied you to take the
Don't go
demo.
to
I'm
the
asking you,
farm.
why should I allow it to be continued?
Well, that's a different question because of what happened in the deposition, Judge.
All right, so let's start with, do you agree or disagree that the notice of the deposition that was taken by video as opposed to just audio was proper or improper?
It was technically in compliance
It was
with the
proper.
deposition. The court reporter's name was listed on
Because it
there.
was waived.
I guess hyper-technically, it didn't say videographer instead of court reporter, but it clearly said notice of video deposition. It gave the address. The only thing it didn't say was stenographer or videographer. It just said court.
So the hyper-technical requirements of 12.310, as you put it before.
Oh,
was not
dear
being
Lord,
complied. So
Judge.
the notice was inadequate.
He's such
The
an
result of
ass.
that is that you
Well,
got
they
video
had already
for your
determined
client
it was going to be
to
by
publish
Zoom.
and to make money on.
I didn't do it for that reason.
And any
make
defects were waived as soon as she sat for that deposition.
To make money on. To make money on. Ridiculous.
Yeah, because
Wait till
this
he
judge
sees
is
all the
unable
stuff
to
I
make
have
money
on
on his
Sarah
YouTube
Boone.
channel.
I'm here to show you exactly what I queued up here to show you.
And then you want to disseminate it in court? A portion of the video?
I would like to play for you. Yes, sir.
Now you want to disseminate it in court? Yeah, a deposition is supposed to be played in court, you jackass. And he doesn't let him.
All right.
Hey, go Hale.
Hey, buddy.
Well, excuse me.
But you have
we
rank.
also called.
What?
Yeah.
Then, I mean, you need to pay attention to chat. They want your channel.
What?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, Hale's
Well,
not, he's
Hollis?
not very good.
I
He's
got
not
it,
very
I got
good
it, I got
mod.
it.
He's a horrible
During the
mod.
deposition, if you call, Judge.
He's
And
got
we're
too much
calling
on his
right from the beginning of
plate.
this deposition.
Too many wrenches.
7 hours. If there were 3 hours of questioning, I'd be amazed.
Okay, so let's say at least 3 hours were fruitful, despite the fact that your co-counsel needed 15 minutes.
May I address that, Judge? I hear.
Oh,
you-
15 minutes
after that,
again.
The representation was made. She made another filing on the 4th, which was sufficient to meet her burden under the with clear and stronger, showing clear evidence, which you take as truthful. That was the straw that broke the camel's back that issued the temporary injunction.
Well, not really, not really.
No.
And maybe Mr. Hales needs to be aware of this law also. As a matter of law, the court has to take what's pled in this petition or supplemental petition as true. When a petition results in entry of a temporary injunction with a return hearing, that means there's been adequate information contained within that petition to establish the imminent threat. If it's scheduled for hearing without temporary, that means there's a sufficient case to be resolved and adjudicated by the court, but the element of imminent, you can conclude, was not in the petition itself, the initial one in September, was not in the first supplemental petition, and only became adequate, legally adequate, addressing the issue of imminence in what was the second supplemental petition. So the issuance of the temporary injunction was a result of the finding that the allegations in the supplemental petition, when taken as a whole with the previous supplement and the previous petition, established imminent risk. And thus, the court had no choice because I have to accept it as true, and so on. So
But not subject to cross-examination yet at that point, or not correct. So it's taken as true without any
right,
cross-examination.
that's why we're
I'm dying. I'm dying. Judge Dredd to Thomas's. Oh God.
You're giving him way too much credit with that beard, Chet.
True. That
Way too
beard
much credit.
is that's not quite accurate, but still funny.
post a multi-hour deposition that was not in conformity with the rule, that now is on video, broadcast to the entire world to see, that's reasonably caused embarrassment, humiliation, potential danger, these are the allegations of that, and a huge fallout.
Well, but Your Honor, what happened with the deposition is important because she took the fifth on substantive issues.
So when a pro se litigant takes the fifth, you think they really understand? There are lawyers that make
It doesn't matter whether they understand or not. They're held to the same standard.
What was that?
I said it doesn't matter if they understand or not. They're held to the same standard as an attorney. The fact that she
Right.
did not object to the notice It's waived. Doesn't matter if she's pro se or
And
not.
he keeps on with this. He's just the
And he knows
worst
better.
judge
He
ever.
knows better.
He is the worst judge ever.
He would be arguing the exact same thing if he was in Shaka's shoes right now.
They say hearsay, they understand the hearsay rule, but a lot of them don't, or the court disagrees with their view of it. Pro se litigant is held to the standard of a reasonably competent attorney, and reasonably competent attorneys make arguments that don't fly in the face of case law or statutory rules and rules of procedure, etc. So whether
But you
she's
don't
using it
make
to say it's
special
irrelevant or using it to
carve-outs
say I'm being annoyed or using it to truly say it might incriminate me, I don't know the answer to that. What is relevant for today, and I'm hearing you say, is that by virtue of her doing so, you didn't get additional responses that you would otherwise believe you should be entitled to.
Yes, Judge. And also, believe it or not, I actually took the time with her at the deposition to look up the Fifth Amendment and understand, sort of the same dictionary, if you will. When she says the Fifth Amendment, what does she mean? That's actually part of the transcript.
So you're giving her advice?
No, I said, here's
No,
the Fifth Amendment.
jackass.
When you
Oh,
say,
so you're expecting a pro se litigant? There
She
are
got it
lawyers
right,
that come
Judge.
in front of me that don't understand the Fifth Amendment.
but she got it right. She got it right. And she also said she had talked to counsel on the record about taking the Fifth. I don't know which counsel that was.
You think you would be entitled to that? To get her a pro se litigant in front of you at a depot to disclose what would otherwise be attorney-client privilege?
No, I just
That's her privilege
she
to
said
win.
it on her own. I talked to an attorney. He said,
She
"This
a
is the
blitz.
Fifth," and it's on the record. So she did understand it correctly. It is a problem. She made the statement under oath. She took the Fifth under oath, and there's consequences to that. We don't have to, as far as this, I don't disagree that we need more time to hear our motion today. That's acceptable because again, we have a forced continuance here. Mr. Cook's death vote needs to be taken. And
So let me ask you this.
I need maybe an hour more with her.
Your Honor, I have, what was elided from the motion and memorandum they filed is that after I filed my limited notice of appearance, which did include a note not only about the continuance, but about potential discovery matters, I did formally, I emailed in writing Mr. Chalkett, and I did make a motion to 12.310D to suspend both depositions. Again, the deposition of Mr. Cook can be cured if they just figure out how to serve them properly. As to my client, I wasn't even aware at that point that Mr. Hales was going to do what he did yesterday evening and plaster that video all over YouTube. I kind of suspected he might do it. So I wasn't aware of that at the time that I made the initial 310D motion. That is an additional ground for my 310D motion. And before a deposition resumes at all, if it resumes, I think the court
That was
can hear
bull. If you thought he might, you should have had it ready.
I think it's going to have to be for another day.
exactly.
There's another reason why this case ought to be continued.
Judge, here's the problem. I already said the continuance. We have
More continuing and more continuing. It never ends.
But more important, there was a pending deposition. She agreed on the record, pro
It's like
se,
herpes.
to
The
continue
trial just
tomorrow.
keeps
at 11.
going.
We left it around 5:30 or 6. No motion for protective order was filed. Nothing was filed. And this comes from someone who judged as a pro se litigant who knew to file a motion to reschedule a deposition or to continue it. Nothing was done.
Tell me
You ordered
what
it, Judge.
impact, if any, you believe that subsequent to that. So if you made that argument to me the day after, or the day after that, or the day after that, well, let's say any day before your client publishes on the internet for the world to see a video deposition that was not properly in conformity with the rule even noticed to begin with. So do you think that that has some impact on the court's determination of whether this deposition continues?
It has impact.
Okay. And it's detrimental.
It has negative impact.
Okay.
But you have to weigh that, Judge.
I'm weighing it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And again, as far as the
Well, let me
26th.
ask you this too. Why are there excerpts? I look at a filing again late last night, which is effectively this morning before this hearing, of it appears to be excerpts of a deposition because it's like page 5, then it's page 12, then it's page 40, then it's page 60. So it's clearly excerpts. And again, in conformity with the rules, 1310, 12.310, subsection 3, a copy of a deposition may be filed only under certain circumstances in conformity with the rules of general practice and judicial administration 2.425 and in conformity with rule 1.280G, which would require filing with good cause and with minimizing all sensitive information.
Okay,
Was
they
that
did
done?
that. Obviously.
I believe, yeah, there's just her answers. That's why there was excerpts, Judge.
Jeez.
So
what an ass.
He really is, man.
under, hang on a second, what do you get? Under 1.3.
Has anyone seen if he needs a Midol?
3B.
Obviously.
If what you're
And on that note, I think this is a good time to stop this because I need to get out of here. My kids are home. I have to ferry them around to different things. So I have to go. All of you, make sure that you visit my guests, that you go subscribe to their channels. The Expert, Mo in the Deep End, Valhalla Awaits,
good time.
MG Law. whatever you guys have coming up, I don't want to know about right now because I don't have time. So everybody go and whatever you're doing, I don't care. I gotta go. Nothing
Thank you for
matters.
having me on.
I feel so
appreciate you, and I
loved.
hope I didn't
I'm
ruin your
sorry,
stream.
guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. But everyone in the chat,
No,
just
sorry
go
she
over
had me
there and
on, guys.
subscribe. I'm sorry. I have to go. I
You're
love
good.
you all.
I was so lost, my world is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices. Oh, in my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna this time I know my road is near its end. I almost felt my head is full of a million choices. I am alive, I'm not here to pretend. I love my friends, my heart is filled with a million voices. Oh, this road has many choices. In my heart, million voices. Come next to me, my friend, embrace the sky. I'm not afraid to fly. It's not the time to say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. No, I don't wanna stay. No, I don't wanna say goodbye.
So I take it that
Johnny's
you've seen
problem is he
Cameron
should have come
John's
storming in there with
Yeah.
a string of
Do you
garlic
recall whether
and
you
some
went
holy
into
water.
Mr. Jepson's
Across
or
the crucifix.
May the
Do you
power of
recall,
Christ
or no,
compel you.
No, I don't.
You
So
realized
just
his house
covered-
was infested with
just up for
succubuses.
that,
And
there's a photo here with you of what it, yes. Do you
Succuloters.
recall whether it was there when you arrived in the afternoon? I don't remember seeing it now. So while she
No wonder he said drown her before you burn her.
Oh my god.
You-
Your next witness?
Now I know
Witness
why
from
you wanted to
Melanie
drown her.
Iglesias, and that is
Witness
also
lives in
by
Romania.
video.
Is that correct?
That begins with Miss Vasquez.